Well, hello everyone, and welcome back for the fourth week in a row. What is it? Three? I'm not week. It's not even a week. I don't know what I'm saying, but Mushoku Tensei episodes 7 and 8, if you can believe it. And I am back with everyone. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Kyle Entertainment.
I don't want to go first.
All right, now go ahead.
Okay, cool. Hi, I'm Jarkey Bacon. Yeah, I'm the greatest Mushoku Tensei fan to ever exist. Oh, what a series it is! Amazing.
Megan's such a liar. He's causing all the ruckus in the comment sections, always saying mean things about this great television program.
And then he argues with the commenters as well. I can't believe it.
Oh my god, I was just going to check the comments because I haven't done it in a little while, so I was going to go and see what was making people angry, what we said last time. We had no reactive images. Our quality plummeted because EliteAri's incompetent.
Yeah,
and nobody complained at all.
True, and we got the most views ever.
Oh, there's one that says spoilers EliteAri, then there's ...
Oh yeah, don't read that one.
But it's Lav Live. That's a great name.
No. All right. We're here for episode 7 and 8. The kidnapping and confinement of Beast Girls and the fiance of despair. Jesus. So what do you guys think?
That's what that meant. I did see that last time. I was like, oh, that's oddly poetic, but it's not. It's just literal. That's pretty cringe.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
In a good way.
Bacon, did you have an epiphany when you saw the titles?
Which one? Sorry.
The fiance of despair.
I was trying to figure it. Fiance of despair.
What the fuck is this comment? Jarkey Bacon, this is for you. Kyle Dumb?
Oh, hold up. That's okay. I think I just got it. Fiance of despair. Is that the Demon King?
Fiance. Yeah, you idiot. Catch on. Hurry up.
Sorry.
I watched this episode 20 minutes ago, so I remember everything.
Yep.
Yeah. Hold on, I need to see this comment. Who's the good that wrote? Ordinary
Some prick
Ari.
named Benanipina692. He's got an Orsted, I think that's the bloke's name, thumbnail picture. Profile picture, I think we call those in the biz.
Where? I'm not seeing this one.
Uh-oh. Kyle made up a comment.
Maybe I made it up.
Maybe you made it up.
40 chess I'm playing. Of course there was no comment like that. There actually was, Bacon, you fucking idiot. Use your eyes. But anywho,
yes.
By newest.
So what do we start with these things?
Usually, okay, what do you guys think?
Oh, yeah.
Kyle, what do you think? This is a good, bad? What are your thoughts?
Oh, the second episode was the greatest of all time. It was like a relationship drama for like 10 minutes. That was my favorite. And then there was a cool fight, but it was like cool. And I guess it wasn't really a fight, so that's why it was probably cool. So that was pretty good. Oh, and we got the name dropping and stuff. So I like that. Now, let me remember what the fuck happened in this one. Oh, yeah, Rudius is kidnapping and raping. We always love that. Right after the slavery. Is this the thing? Oh, hold on. There's a few things that happen. We got to get a few things straight. Oh, I just got my energy. I was low energy, but I just got it. So today I see an EliteAri tweet about how bad the episode is or whatever. Now, obviously that's sarcastic because EliteAri's a dumb fucking prick on Twitter, you know? He's a little this way, that way. You know what I mean? I don't know what that means. I just made that up.
I just like the tweet, sorry.
Now, from the Crunchyroll comments I read, I already know what he's mad about. He's mad about people being mad about the fact that this fight sucked in the anime, but was actually good. Actually, it might not be the fight, it's that a reaction was different. Don't worry, I read all the Crunchyroll comments.
Well done.
Is that what it is? You don't have to elaborate right now, EliteAri, but just say yes.
You are absolutely incorrect.
Fuck you.
There is no joking whatsoever, right? I hated that episode.
Oh no, he's actually mad.
Yes.
Oh, he might just be layer 1 and he's mad about this too.
I am. Absolutely.
Don't worry. When we get to that moment where we got to explain to Jarkey Bacon what we're talking about, I'm going to explain it first, EliteAri, and you fill in the gaps. Okay, that'll be fun.
Okay.
I love this.
Fuck, there were other things I saw. Oh, remember last time EliteAri was like the real controversial thing, not this weak slavery shit is coming up. Was that groping and kidnapping the Beast Girls, or is that still coming?
I would say for me, when I was reading this was the one thing that I could not justify. I was like, how can I possibly explain that Rudius does this and is a good person? I have no idea. I guess the anime kind of played it off a little bit, and I'm like, okay, it's like a comedy thing, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it doesn't make it any better.
It doesn't.
It just makes it.
It's like more digestible.
It makes the show look worse, but Rudius look a little better.
Yeah.
No, it just makes the whole so it makes the whole show look more like a generic isekai, which is like
the
last thing I think Mushoku, at least in my opinion, what I want Mushoku Tensei to be. So yeah, I've got a mate at work, and he is like sensei anime dude, right? Like you kind of hide your power levels to some degree, right? And this guy, he watches like I go to him and I say, hey, anything good this season? He's that type of guy. So and he's like he says all this stuff, and I'm just like, all those shows you said, I'm not gonna watch. They don't sound that good because he's just like, yeah, it's kind of good. But he's an isekai fan, and he came up to me and we're talking about Mushoku Tensei every single week. And he's just like, "Oh, you haven't watched the most recent episode? This was last week, by the way." And he's like, yeah," because we were trying to explain it to our like anime normie friend, like the guy who watches anime, loves Vinland Saga, kind of getting into a bit of it.
Guys that might be put off by pedophilia. Is that what you're saying?
Someone with a moral compass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, and I thought I was doing a very good job still manning Mushoku Tensei for him. And I mentioned that we're basically in Harry Potter, and this guy was like, "Ooh, I agree with Harry Potter. I enjoy Harry Potter." So I almost got him. But then I said, "I don't think I can. I don't think I can actually recommend it to you." But yeah. I don't know where I was going with that, but interesting episode. I kind of forgot about that it was going to be controversial, and then it went very cringe, very quick. It was very cool until it wasn't cool, and then yeah.
So is this part where we let EliteAri do his silly little recap?
Well, I guess I want to say, just on the controversy stuff, I think it was like the subject matter is like a million times more controversial, but there was much less controversy. I didn't see many people really complain about this as much as the slavery thing, but I guess slavery is much easier to like explain in like a compact tweet or something. Maybe that's why. But yeah, so I don't know.
This one was just about groping, The boys on Twitter love that type of stuff. They don't like slavery.
Yeah, true. Okay, yeah, recap. Let's go right into it, all right? The Kidnapping and Confinement of Beast Girls. What a title, of course. One of my favorite titles here. I actually like this.
I thought we were going to get backstory about the family. Remember how they were kidnapping and confining and sleeping with the Beast Girls?
Yeah, true.
I don't know if this was supposed to be a parallel or something.
I don't think so.
But there was no flashback. Yeah, Beast Girls are treated terribly. That's the parallel. I guess
these are the princesses of the Princess Kingdom or whatever. They're high up there, right? Everyone wants to propose to them. So
not this episode.
Sylphie wakes up and does her morning routine. She gets dressed. She goes for a jog around Sharia, is the city, which is the city of magic. And she attends her classes, which to her seem a bit too simple because she like figured out all this ages ago from Rudy. And she travels around with Ariel and Luke. And that's like her morning routine, basically. And she realizes that Rudy is always on her mind. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
She realizes, she says, I wonder if Rudy would do this every morning. And then there was one shot of him slowly in the background for like 1 second.
Yeah, and interestingly, last episode, when Rudy was going for a run, you could see Sylphie in the background wearing her hat. But I didn't mention it because I'm like, oh, you're not going to be able to see this. But yeah,
I don't know if I remembered that one.
There's no way. I didn't see it until I went on Reddit and saw someone pointed out. So I don't think you guys would have seen it.
Well, I had a joke saved up, but okay, you just ruined it, EliteAri. I was going to say, Bacon, how do you know this fucking piece of shit EliteAri's always got to one-up us? But he didn't even know. He just found it from Reddit.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Well, she wasn't wearing the glasses, so this was
true.
She was wearing glasses, which I said is a crime. So in my notes.
Oh, really? You prefer the glasses
that are from the isekai woman that also got reincarnated? Remember my theory from last time?
Yes, genius theory.
Why are you laughing, EliteAri? You think it's not true?
No, it's absolutely true. You did a good job, Kyle. Well done predicting everything. Yeah, Bacon.
She was talking to them. I thought it was pretty cool how they said, "Oh, the city's built like a maze." I wonder how practical that would be in real life. Like, I was like, that stops invasions being as easy because, I mean, I guess you just need a spy to tell you what to do. But like,
sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
I feel like it'd be pretty effective if you need to march like a giant army through somewhere, and it's
for defense, but for like just being a general like let's say like you're just trying to get your trade in and out of the town. It's like going to be such a hassle to do all that, if that makes sense,
True.
So it's one of those things. I don't think it would actually work in real life, but it's an interesting thing, and I was like, Mushoku Tensei world building, nice. I like it.
Yeah, well, they do mention that the city was built this way, like obviously a while ago, when it was more prone to invasion. So obviously now everything is settled more, and Yeah, I guess there is a downside now, which is just for the trade. Good point, Bacon.
Yeah,
The
like
poor
if
foresight
someone's
by
trying
the planning people.
like economics, but then like surely like I mean I guess they'd have to send spies to figure out. Oh yeah, there's stuff like this is how you get through here or something, which I guess is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But
How come they just don't teleport everywhere? Is that only a super strong spell for world-ending disasters?
Oh, we have actually had a. Oh, I'm pretty sure they've said this already, which is that teleportation
this
is
was last
like
time.
banned or something. Basically, it's like a taboo type of magic.
Yeah, Millis did it or something. Yeah.
oh really?
So that's why.
I
So
forgot
yeah,
that.
like in Naruto, the coolest fights are when they're teleporting around and shit. In DBZ, they'll appear behind each other. When are we gonna get that in Mushoku Tensei fights? It's gonna
Mob
be the end.
Psycho, very cool.
We don't
Yes.
like whatever that
Fights.
is.
That is the best teleport fight of all time. Yeah.
Yes, I see. I
You
know.
ever
I know
seen
my audience.
Naruto?
Get
Neither
caught.
of them. Don't listen to them, chat. Don't listen to them. They don't know shit about fuck.
Anyway,
Naruto's
so
See
for
Minato fight
shonen
Obito,
babies.
bro.
I don't watch
Fucking
shonen baby
idiots.
shows. I watch big mature shows like
The
Mushoku
biggest baby
Tensei.
show of all time. This shit mob psycho nonsense.
true. It's a slice
what-
of
like,
life.
what's
We
One
hate slice
Punch
of
Man
life.
do?
Mob Psycho is a slice of life.
Basically, right? Come on,
I don't
Bacon.
know.
All right, let's keep going. All right, we get some Julie updates. Right, this slave that everyone hated was a slave because she's like suffering and all that. She's learned silent spellcasting in a month and has been learning the human tongue. And she knew some basic words, but she's getting better. And she helps Zainoba, and Zainoba is taking surprisingly good care of her. So basically, she's living a great life.
I'm gonna kill this girl. He's gonna crush her one day.
Yeah, maybe he has a past of ripping people's heads off.
Of murder.
Yeah. But we get some interesting lore, which is that most slaves are like branded or marked with like a special skill that'll either make them can't escape or to like kill them if they escape or something. But yeah, to Rudy, she's not a slave, right? She's just Julie. So there goes the controversy.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, what a
We all knew
great
it.
guy he is. All right.
I know, what a great guy, man. You know, he's doing so good. All controversy with Mushoku Tensei has been cleared up in episode 7.
Yes.
Which I appreciate. I will say, I do like the relationship between Zainoba and Julie. Is that problematic to say?
No, I
It's
like it as
very
well.
sweet.
It's very cute.
It's very sweet. And yeah, Zainoba, he has absolutely grown on me. Like when he was first
Great.
introduced, I was like, these two characters are the worst. And now I'm just like, Zainoba, my boy. That sweat animation of him
Oh my
producing
god, it's so
was
great.
so funny. I was like, this is gold.
Do you remember that,
This is
Kyle?
gold.
Is this later when they break the thingy, or is
It's like
Yes,
before he
yes.
announces it. It's like he freaks
Yeah.
out and he like the instant sweat comes on his face and he's like panting like non-stop for like a minute. It's like, oh, it's so great, man.
Yeah.
All right.
And then Judy goes and like tiptoes, like the animation one they're talking about Judy, you're just focusing on Judy like tiptoeing around him and then hiding behind.
Yep.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, it's very
So Rudy finds out that the Roxy figure was destroyed, and Zainoba is like hyperventilating and sweating, like we said. He's freaking out, and then Julie goes and comforts him, like we said. And we find
EliteAri?
out, yes.
You want to know what we thought initially? I thought he fucked the figure. I thought it was sex
Oh my
stuff,
god.
but it turns out
Jesus
it was
Christ.
just the cat girl stomped on it, Lamau.
That never even crossed my mind. Bacon, did that cross
Yeah.
your mind at all?
That's the
that didn't.
absolute first thing. When he started sweating, he's like, "Oh no, there's like ingrained cum on it or something."
Oh my god.
I've seen this show before.
I mean, I guess it could be possible when you frame it like that.
But like, there's no way Rudy would get that mad. Oh, I guess it's
Yeah,
revealed that
that's
Rudy gets
true. I
mad.
was like, what would Rudy think in that situation? Would he be like, "Yes, this is what it was meant for, Lamau"?
Jesus.
This is the way.
But anyway.
But we find out the truth, which is that Zainoba was challenged by Linear and Persona to a duel, and they each wagered like something that was important to them, and he lost. So they destroyed it. And Rudy decides that he's going to teach them a lesson. So he takes Julie and Zainoba, and Julie hides behind a bush, and Zainoba goes with him. And they confront Linear and Persona and crush them in a fight. Well, I guess Rudy crushes them in a fight single-handedly.
So let's talk
Wide
about
pose.
this.
The wide pose. You have to the Rudy wide pose at the start.
True.
Was amazing. I loved it.
Wait,
you
what?
can't forget that.
Hold on, I
He's
don't
like
remember.
standing
Yeah,
with
like
his
a-
arms crossed and legs apart.
His like legs are like he's like
Oh yeah.
looks like a.
Was he doing the Gynax pose?
I don't even know what that is.
God, they
Don't know
don't
what
even know
Gynax
what that
pose
is.
is.
They're fucking fake anime fans. They just talk
It's like a
about Mob
Gurren
Psycho. They
Lagann
don't know what
thing.
a Gynax pose is. Yeah, that's like one of the shitty shows it's in. Ever heard of Evangelion? What a
I thought
television
it was
program.
is it the guy next
Gunbuster?
bounce? Or is that something else?
No, that's usually before the pose. The pose is usually a pose, so you're stationary, Bacon. Use your fucking brain, idiot.
Yeah, Jesus.
Now, what was I saying? Oh, wait, what was I saying? Oh, this fucking Rudius idiot. So he beats everybody up. So he is just the strongest bloke around. Weren't we having a conversation about this 2 episodes
Well,
ago? About
he
this
has a
house wanting to
revelation
eat
at
a
the end of this,
dragon?
where he's talking about, damn, I guess
He does, I guess.
yeah,
Yeah,
Paul
that's
and
true.
Eris were stronger than I thought, which kind of is interesting for him. Yeah.
So Eris just got super strong because she was fighting with dickhead Ruged, who is also really strong.
Yeah,
But then
and
the
she's very
dragon dude,
passionate.
Bacon, follow along, is stronger than them. Yeah, she's the best. She's got a parallel Rudius when they kiss again in 3 seasons. All right, we get it.
Right.
Now,
Now what?
it's just interesting.
Okay.
He beats up the cat girls, beats up this super strong dude next time. Now, this super strong dude could probly beat him in an actual fight, but we got to get into that. When we get into that. That's my Crunchyroll comments.
Interesting.
Yes, that fella.
Yes.
Yeah, he beat up. I thought the cat girls would be strong. That's all.
I feel like Rabbit Lady was kind of dumb, but I also thought it was funny how she got mudded. I was like, come on, everybody knows she's called Quagmire.
True.
Well, I mean,
she was about to win the fight at the beginning, because the only reason Rudy was able to survive is because he knew that she was about to paralyze him with the beast scream thing that they did last time. Because that's what she was about to do. She was about to yell and paralyze them, basically, which is what took him out. Remember in season 1 when he was in the cage and he, near the sacred beast?
Yeah.
So if he hadn't had that experience, yeah, he would have been defeated pretty quickly. So she was probably taken aback, like, what's going on here? Yeah.
Oh, I guess another aspect of this is that they beat Xanaba, so that also puts him well beneath Rudius. So you're just getting the power scale and things, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna make a tier list at the end of the season. Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
I also like how he just bonked them with rocks.
That is an interesting thing. Yeah, he has been doing that a lot, and it kind of builds up to next episode. He really likes his stone cannon, but I guess we'll talk about that next time. So
yeah, I wouldn't have noticed this unless you just kept on pointing it out. Like, he realized his stone cannon in the book in the light novels. They make it really sure that
he trained for 17 chapters, and I read them all.
He did, and they were the greatest chapters, Kyle. My God, when he's talking about it in the demon continent when he first gets there, Jesus, and they ruined it in the anime by not including it. Anyway,
not as much as they ruined episode 8. Am I right, fellas?
I
yes,
know.
Bacon. You don't know though.
You have no idea the burning passion in my heart that I will express when you know how rare it is for me to tweet about something? Yeah, okay, so
he was sincere in that tweet. It's groundbreaking.
Yeah, exactly. This has changed our worldview. By the way, anybody who doesn't follow Ari on Twitter, definitely do.
Yeah, you'll get nice.
Now we never know what he means.
Yeah. Okay. Back to the serious recap that I spent hours working on. All right. So they tie up these two. Yeah, indeed. They tie them up and they put their body in bags. Basically, they gag them. They take them to Rudy's bedroom. Yes.
Before that, he's looking at her panties or whatever, and already you're like, well, that's Rudius in trouble for this episode. But little did you know, it only gets worse from there.
Yes, absolutely. Which I guess that when he takes him to his room, Rudy thinks that maybe this is what the man god is talking about because the man god's like, you're gonna find your cure at the University of Magic. So he goes and gropes first in his breast, and it does nothing. But it was an admirable attempt, I guess. I don't know.
Incredible breasts, by the way, for both episodes. My goodness gracious me. But that's besides the point.
Yeah, absolutely. Linear and Persona are very well drawn. And
the dog one, who knows? Nobody's ever paid attention to this one.
The other she's a dog girl? Oh, I thought she was a bunny.
Oh my God.
EliteAri explained this last time, Bacon. How about you open up your doggy?
You know what, Kyle? They still haven't confirmed anything, so who knows? Yeah, so Rudy, he shows them the holy relic, and it's glowing, and everyone... I guess one thing about this is that this was a bit of an exaggerated episode, in terms of, Rudy's got his red eyes, they got the glowing things, everyone's really expressive. Yeah, it was
the animation was very good. Animation was very good. I thought, particularly in the early parts of the episode, just in general, it's very good.
Yeah. So I guess now we have some people who actually know what Rudy's sacred holy relic is, which is interesting. We got even Julie knows, I guess, Zainova, Julie, the two girls. Interesting. Then he. Oh,
okay. I have something to say about this.
All right, Yeah.
I don't know how Mushoku Tensei wants me to feel about this oh so holy relic
Wants it
because
to be funny, Bacon.
well, it like for the last whatever 6 episodes, I've been told I felt by the episode to try and take it seriously, and then here is like the butt of the joke, and then I'm
Mhm.
like, I'm barely keeping this. Like I don't take this seriously, just flat out. And then they make an unfunny joke that's like very like I'm like, oh, very funny. Uh, I don't know.
It was
I think this
Shining.
is
It's
like my
pretty
probably
funny.
my like least like consistent thing about Mushoku Tensei. I don't know. I just don't like. I
Um,
just can't. I can't like find the emotional way to like connect with it and like accept it. I not just see it and be like face palming. Basically, I don't know what to do. Save me. I want to like this show. This is my honest plea.
yeah, so I guess, well, God, there's a few things going through my mind. Firstly, I think it's a mix. It's both, is obviously what it is. Like some cases, it's going to be serious, like in the first 4 episodes when he's alone, and that's like the one thing anchoring him to his sanity. Times like this, it's going to be comedic because obviously it is a ridiculous situation. Like contrasting how serious he's taking it versus how ridiculous the audience knows that this situation is. I think it's a very difficult line to balance in the anime. I also did, like, I'm not a big fan of it. Like, there's different types of fans of Mushoku Tensei. Some people really like this kind of, I don't know what you call it, like,
Absurdism.
yeah, like absurd, like, really like anime kind of, extreme comedic kind of stuff like this. I don't know what to say,
Comedy.
like absurdist, yeah, comedy. I'm not one of those people, but there are a lot of people who like Mushoku Tensei for that. So I guess it's for them, but I don't know. I don't know. There's
It's
other
It's
things I was
stupid.
thinking as
funny,
well.
bro.
Yeah, people like Kyle, who like I don't know
I
what
can
Kyle
take
like.
it seriously when it needs to. It's fine. Um,
No, okay.
the only note I have is a backtrack. So finish this talk first.
Yeah.
Jarkey Bacon.
Another thing I also thought like this whole like uh, it's weird. Then I thought, oh, like, I guess like this episode in some ways didn't feel generic, but then did feel generic, and it's like, and in terms of like this, it feels like I guess typical isekai because I was like, maybe this goes into the next episode as well because I was like, okay, we got this cool new, uh, you know, Hogwarts basically that we're at, and it's time to see, who's strong and who's not. But it kind of feels like very like, oh, Rudy is just the strongest, and then it makes like then like gropes these girls, and then they're always just like, oh, your boobs are more valuable than mine. Funny joke, and I don't know.
Those
There
jokes are
was some
great.
stuff in between. There was some stuff in between which I liked, right? But anyway, this one just felt like the world shrunk a little bit. And what I love about Mushoku Tensei is that the world feels very big, and this one felt like, oh, I guess we've got Genius, whatever his name is, and
Mhm.
then we got this demon. But then at the same time, we have like callbacks, which is like cool. It's like Rudius is like, oh, I know like your father. I thought there was gonna be a bigger reaction to this. Is like, Nani, you know my papa,
Mhm.
but no, there was none of that. But it was like, oh, they locked me in a cage with the sacred thingamajiggy, and I was like, yes, oh, I remember that part of the anime. Very cool.
Greatest
And
part of the anime.
then later on,
Dogfight.
we also have another callback, and he's like asking someone about who is this, who's that, and I'm just like, ooh, that's cool. I remember that. So, general thoughts, I threw them out there. Also, still probably too fast. Maybe this is part of the issues. It's
Whoa,
like speeding through
really?
all this.
Jesus.
Maybe I don't
Jesus,
know.
this Jarkey Bacon, he's just out of this world.
I think it's crazy to think about because I know this episode was basically a revolving. I mean, it's titled "The Kidnapping and Confinement of the Beast Girls." It was basically just about them. So I would say this is the slowest episode of this season, where it's purely stretching out like
Oh my
this
god,
entire
I'm
thing.
dealing with morons here.
Wait, what do you think, Kyle?
Just.
Is it fast or
Oh
slow
my
or
god, the first
perfect?
4 episodes, the slowest episodes of all time. First of
Jesus.
all, to respond to Jarkey Bacon, fuck the world. Let's just focus on these little character interactions for the rest of the show. Nobody cares about this stupid world. Second of all, these episodes were great. All these little fucking memes were great. But my other one's a backtrack, and I was doing a funny bit there. But there's just one little moment where Xanabur is like, oh, so this is the type of punishment you wanted. So he's just like open to rape being a punishment. So that was pretty good. We
Yeah, it's
love
his
all of our
master,
characters in
right?
Mushoku Tensei.
Yeah.
But Bacon said something else that we have to beat him up for EliteAri.
He
What
said
did
it was
say?
too fast. All right, that's basically what he said. And I said
No,
I
this
said it's
shit
slow,
is
but I
fast.
like the slowness. All right, I kind of like.
Do I
the
be a
sounds of it.
coward and say exactly what I know Kyle had an issue with, or do I just stay silent?
No, do it. Come on, Bacon. Trigger him. Say it.
I know it was
Me
about
liking
like
alright,
the recurring joke about like, oh, her boobs are cheap, whatever.
Oh, that was great. Because she's always like blaming her for a thing, and then it's like, oh, she doesn't realize until she's agreeing with it. I've seen this gag in Pokemon. Now, the other thing I wanted to say is, yeah, everything in the show is still horribly generic, but it's still funny and stuff. It still works. It's like a 6 out of 10. It's pretty good. 7 out of 10, maybe. It's pretty good.
Perfect.
Ah.
All right. So back to the recap here. Oh, Bacon, you already summarized this, but yeah, he talks about the sacred beasts and he makes a comparison about like how they've defiled his sacred relic, and he knows what they did to him when he defiled their sacred beast, so he should do the same there. And then they freak out. Then everyone chants Roxy like an insane cult.
That was good.
Yep.
So,
like even Julie, who has no idea what's going on, basically. But
Yeah. The they've definitely said this before, that he's like, oh, I always thought it was a gag that he was making a religion about Roxy, but here now they got like followers and stuff, so that's interesting, I guess. Is this a Chainsaw Man cult, EliteAri?
Kind of, I guess. Yeah, it's interesting. We'll revisit this one day. I don't know. It's interesting.
Yes,
we'll see how it
we
develops.
will, I think.
Um,
Oh, Roxy could die and that could fuel it. I'm trying to think future events. How does Roxy play into this when she finds out? She'll be very disappointed. Obviously, if she finds out about the panty, she'll probably be, oh no, she mailed them to him or something, right?
you
No,
know what
that
I'll
was
say?
Lilia.
Actually, at this
Is that
point,
her name?
wait, say it again. Who?
Lilia.
Wait, which Lily?
The maid girl.
Yeah, Aisha.
No, the mother.
Oh,
you
the actual
idiot.
maid. Yeah, Lilia. Okay, yes. You said maid girl. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at these fucking names.
All right.
Think I forgot Aisha's name, you fucking idiot.
Maybe, I don't know. Okay, there's one thing I can say at this point, I guess, which is that I guess the way I would
Mushoku
probably
Tensei.
take this in the context of Mushoku Tensei, Rudy framing this religious, like this sacred relic as kind of like a religion or whatever, the Roxy religion. I would say it's, the way I read it at the moment, is similar to when he was confined in the Beast place and he's talking about how, oh, I'm in the best accommodation and it's like, this is a 5-star hotel and I don't have to pay for the rent or whatever. It's kind of, it's like his way of getting through a life which isn't really the life that he came from the previous world, and it's kind of like mixing the two together of like his past life and his previous life. I don't know. That's the way I would take it at this point. It's kind of one of those narrative like Mushoku Tensei.
Yeah, that's been like my impression of it up until this point, but with these plot implications here, it's just how it's interesting, I guess, to see if that's going to change or it's going to get out of his control or something. Especially with this Zanaba prick, who knows what he's up to? He's killing people in the future.
Jesus, yeah, blessed child.
Oh my word.
Yeah, so Rudy realizes that he can easily fix this figure, and he's like, "Huh, I guess I can just fix it. And I've gotten even better, so I can, I could probably make it better than it was originally."
Oh, that was a great gag too, where he's like, "Oh yeah, it's totally fixable now."
That was funny. But anyway, it was almost like before, like I didn't quite know if he was like being serious or not, and then I'm like, I guess he is being very serious. And then I was like, I guess it doesn't matter a lot to him. Yeah, I was like. I was wondering if like Rudius had grown enough in his journey to not have it matter that much to him. Like, but then clearly it matters so much that he doesn't even think about if he can fix it or not, as instead just straight angry straight away, if that makes sense. So, which I don't know.
I think it is purely the comedy aspect of it.
Yeah.
Like I think when he realizes that it's not like he can rebuild it, that's when like the more like serious Rudy comes in. I don't know. It's just a joke, Bacon. Come on, Bacon.
I know. I maybe I'm expecting too much from Mushoku Tensei. What?
Stupid Bacon.
Yeah, stupid Bacon.
I hate comedy.
You know what? Usually I hate comedy too, right, Bacon? But I have to defend this series, and I actually like this episode.
Bacon
a
the
lot.
type. Bacon the type to complain about Puck breaking the fourth wall. That's the vibes I'm getting right now.
True.
Yeah. Yes. I remember Berserk.
What a great series. One of the greatest stories ever told. Let's keep going. So Rudy, Rudy goes to Fitz and he asks Fitz for advice. And Fitz is kind of like, well, you have some like women trapped in your room right now. And it's like, oh, no, but not in that way, and he like defends himself. And then Fitz goes back to his room and Linnea and Persona.
Time to interrupt EliteAri again.
Okay, good. Yeah.
So Sylphie, this is kind of, I guess I probably should have let you do like 2 more sentences. So Sylphie's just co-signing all this, by the way. So now she's a rapist, racist too, because it's Beast Girl. So that's interesting for her implications morally.
Oh, yeah, is that bestiality?
Probably not in this world.
Some, yeah, you
Yeah,
can
I guess
fuck
so.
these girls. It's fine.
Not even, yeah, not because they are able to consent. Unlike
They would be able to. They are conscious beings, I think.
yes,
Now, they
yes.
might still be like 15 or something. We don't know about that. Dog years, etc., etc. They could be 7. Uh,
Yeah,
God,
they could
Mushoku
be
Tensei just knows how to
15
do it.
times 7, right? So that means that she is, oh my word, I can't do it fast enough. She is 105 years old. Crazy.
Maybe.
Uh-huh.
So
I
actually,
guess
that's very problematic that she would want to date a 50-year-old because that age gap is far too big.
perhaps.
And she,
Well,
as a
my next
responsible
point is that
adult in this situation, should be able to say no and stop Rudy's advances. So actually, we fixed it all, everybody, right?
Perfect. All right. Well done,
I think we
I
Bacon.
figured
think we
this out.
just solved it. So I finished the recap, EliteAri. This is for afterwards.
Okay, they go back to Rudy's room, and Linear and Persona have pissed themselves. All right, which was
Okay,
Is that
yeah,
what
I had
happened?
questions.
Yes.
I had questions. I didn't know what that was, and anyway, I was
Yep.
like, okay.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe they were milking or something because they're like dogs and shit. Or maybe it's
Oh my,
sexual fluids because they were raped or something. Who knows? But it
oh
was
my,
funny, so
okay.
it probably wasn't the rape thing.
Yep. I mean, at least from what I remember, I didn't actually go back and reread this, but I'm pretty sure they pissed themselves, and I think that's contributing to why I thought this was so out of place in the novel and so like hard to defend. Of like Rudy torturing these poor people to the point where they're pissing themselves and starving, and like Jesus Christ, Rudy. But you know what? It was all for
And
a
then they're on
joke.
his
So
side afterwards.
in
They're like loyal to him and like, yeah, we did totally fuck up there, bro.
Yep.
Because that I was like, there's like a, can you feel it? Can you feel it coming?
Oh,
There's a
no.
Mad Men episode where, spoiler alert, there's a moment where Don Draper kills somebody, but then it's
Jesus.
just revealed to be a dream. And there's like the point of no return where when that's happening, you're like freaking the fuck out because nobody kills anybody in Mad Men. It's a show about business people, all right? It's not this Sopranos nonsense. And he chokes this girl out because she like tries to sleep with him and he's going to get in trouble with his wife who he's actually loyal to. You don't need the context. But there's like a feeling, a visceral feeling in that moment of like, it's like a mass conflict of like, we've gone too far and like Don Draper's gone too far, but the show has also gone too far. It feels like a jumping the shark moment. And obviously in Mad Men, they're doing a clever thing where he's having a fever dream Lamau. I was getting that feeling watching this being like, there's no way he comes back from this kidnapping thing, right? Like they're going to tell somebody and he's obviously going to get thrown out. It's just like, I don't know. It feels like you're watching the derailment of a character. Like it's his Theon Greyjoy moment. What a better comparison for EliteAri, where it's like he's like killed the Miller's kids and there's no going back. And it's like Theon is a bad guy now. Rudius is a bad guy now. We got to like kill him in a humiliating way to get his comeuppance or something. But then it was just funny. So I guess that was all right. That was crazy. I was like, geez.
Yep.
Jeez.
I agree. I can't really fight back because I truly did expect this to be the most controversial thing. I don't know.
I like their relationship in the next episode. That's kind of cute.
Yep. I think Rudy is just very lucky, I guess, that this all turned out in his favor. Because he could have gone a complete other way, like you said. Like it could have been a Theon thing, but it didn't.
Yeah,
right?
I guess the Sylphie thing is another aspect where it's like, oh, Sylphie's gonna see it, and that's gonna quadruply fuck it all up because now she's gonna hate him and everything. But she's just totally down for it. She's like, yeah, we'll paint this on their face and trick them even more, and threaten their.
Well, okay, yeah. The thing is that
appearance.
Linear and Person, I don't know how much you guys can figure out as anime only, because I don't know how much they included, but they are bullies. Like
I
they're
got the
known,
biggest brain ever, I
they're
can figure
known
it
to
out.
be like bullying like scoundrels that like they're not good people in the university. So I think from Sylphie's perspective, especially if you'd seen her point of view chapters that were cut, I imagine she doesn't particularly like Linear and Persona, and they have a very bad reputation in the university. But I don't know how much of that you can actually figure out.
I just thought they were like. I guess I could gather that they were mean or like. But I didn't get. I only got that from the cat girl. I didn't get it from the dog lady.
Girl, yeah, she was kind of
Because
nicer.
the
But
dog-
also, there's even a moment when Rudius first tries to fight them where they like give him a warning to not beat him up or whatever. So it was like it was like I was like, oh, they're gonna let him go or whatever. And Rudius is like the bad guy for further instigating. So if anything, it had the exact opposite effect of these silly novels, apparently, that fix all the problems, or at least EliteAri tells us.
Let me because I am pretty confident they're not going to include this. I talked about it last time when I first met Ariel. I hated Ariel, all right? Because the first thing she does is she comes to the university. We get like a point of view chapter from Ariel's perspective, basically. And she basically wants to be in control of the university. She wants to like get to the highest rank or whatever. And she finds that there's Linnea and Persona, and because they're like the queens of the Doldia village or whatever. They're not queens, but like they're really high up or whatever, the princesses. They're like leading a band of thugs of other beastmen, basically. And they go around bullying people. And Ariel goes in and like says some racist things and instigates a fight, basically. And I'm like, God damn, Ariel, why I hate you. And comes out on top. And then Linnea and Persona are kind of like, they have to be under them or whatever. And Fitz fights them too. And it's a bunch of stuff there. But I think that contextualizes Linnea and Persona kind of as bullies. And that really gives a interesting perspective of them before, like, I think it's like a year before, like, even Rudy gets there. It's like a while before. So I don't know. I think that kind of reframes them in a certain way. I mean, also frames Ariel in a certain way. So I don't know. But we didn't get any of that. But that's
They're just
my
the
piece,
sexy,
so.
cool cat.
Indeed, absolutely.
Are they?
Didn't deserve none of this.
I think cut out more content this season than before.
No. There was a lot of stuff was cut out last season. I'm only more pointing it out now because I watched the anime first, I guess. So I had no idea what was cut back then, but a lot of stuff is cut from all of it. I would probably say this. I don't know. Depends what you like. Like, I really like Volume 7. They cut a lot of stuff out of Volume 7, which is sad. But if I didn't know any better, then, like, who knows, you know? Like, it is what it is.
Well, I mean, my complaint every single episode, this one has been, it feels too fast. Maybe this is like,
Sure.
I don't know. Like,
one day,
the series
Bacon...
is super enjoyable and super easy to read or watch.
You should read, you should read the chapters that correspond to an episode at once. It wouldn't take that long, and then you'd have, like, an idea of, like, how it converts, you know? Yeah, we'll see.
I'll probably just try and read after the season. I'll probably just try and read from the start.
Oh my goodness, what a great idea! Jesus,
I don't know if I make content for you though. I don't know if I make content for you. I know you did that for Vinland Saga, but I don't know if I could do that for.
Don't worry, I'll just ask you how you feel, and then I'll tweet out your thoughts. I'll be like, "This is what Bacon said." Or you can do that.
Yeah, EliteAri will be too busy. He'll be reading A Song of Ice and Fire with his favorite collaborator over here. So he won't have time to do your nonsense with this silly little series, Jarkey Bacon.
Or read The Winds of Winter, because that's going to come out soon. And then A Dream of Spring, and that'll be great. A great conclusion.
There was a piece of shit comment like that or maybe that was on a chainsaw.
No, there was, yeah.
It's like, at least it's finished. Laughing emoji face, unironically. Yep. That commenter should die.
Yep. No, we love our commenters.
It is finished.
Yeah, exactly.
Unlike Berserk. Wahey.
Jesus.
Got him.
Unlike Vinland Saga, am I right?
Wahey.
Yep.
All right. We need to assassinate that fella so we can make fun of Bacon in this moment too.
Yeah, well, he's going to Toronto soon, so.
All right, let's keep going.
Boomerangs don't go that far.
So Fitz paints on their face. All right, that's Fitz's solution. Or Sylphie's solution. We're gonna paint on their face.
Okay, this was great.
Yep, and she says that it's gonna be permanent if someone casts the right spell. So you better be careful and come back in a day from now, and I'll take it off. And then I guess after that, Linnea and Persona refer to Rudius as a boss, and he tells them about how he trained under Ghislaine. And they're like, "Oh, Ghislaine, the Sword King? Oh my goodness!"
I was like, "Callback, yes, I like callbacks."
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I thought this was like a much more funny solution because for no second did I believe that this spell existed, and then Rudius was like, "Hang on, wait, the spell exists," and then she was like, "No, you idiot." It'd be funny if then the spell did exist. That'd be very fun.
That would be terrible. That would be like forcing a tattoo onto someone, Bacon. Could you imagine?
Yeah, be funny though.
Yeah. Anyway,
and as we all know, if it's funny, it's morally okay.
Yep,
it's
absolutely.
Permissible. Just
like slavery. So Sylphie spends some time in Rudy's room. I guess after everyone's left, she spends some time in Rudy's room looking at all his interesting items, like his fancy pillow that has like things in it to make it more comfortable, obviously. Because
it's from the future, because it's from that one girl that is also reincarnated that invents things.
No, in this case, it sounds like Rudy made his own pillow to be more like the one in Japan or something. Because
imagine knowing how pillows work. Embarrassing.
I know, right? Yeah. Don't they have like feathers or something? Isn't that how they work? I don't know.
Oh.
So Fitz, Fitz almost takes his glasses off and then plays it off as a joke and is like, "Oh, Ariel forbids it, so I was never going to take him off."
Remember how great Sarah was, where we didn't have to have this internal conflict of, I really want him to fuck, but oh, he groomed this girl and is a pedophile. That was fun for 4 episodes.
I'm trying to think. Should we have?
Yeah,
Was
but
there
then
a discussion? I guess
remember that
yeah.
Sarah was also 15, so it doesn't matter regardless.
Yeah,
What did
but
Bacon say? I didn't hear the Bacon.
he said that Sarah was 15. You know, it doesn't matter.
Regardless.
Yeah, but he didn't groom her from when she was 9, so it's more permissible.
Yeah, and Sylvie was like 4 or
guess
5
so.
or something.
4.
Yeah, but
The
yeah, they didn't.
Also, it's
yeah, go
fucking
ahead,
the
yeah.
dumbest thing in the world that he doesn't know who it is. By the way, this is still the dumbest thing.
Kyle,
I
I think that's your dumbest take, Kyler. Right? I don't think like elves exist in this world.
How many other elf bitches does he know with the same haircut? It's just a different color.
Completely different
also
color
a
hair.
similar age. Who
Completely
also is
different.
to fuck him.
They look nothing
Yeah,
alike.
so why would he
Right,
be like, oh, your hair's white now? Like I
Yeah,
don't think hair
exactly.
dye exists back then, right?
Well, hair dye does exist because Ruger dyed his hair blue that one time. But
How can you not remember that
yes.
great plot point? Bacon, you moron.
Oh yeah, true. Okay, yeah. Ari, I was trying to defend you here, but
he knows that it's not dyed
these-
because it's like permanent. You know, it's like always white.
These all these scenes with the two of them. We were talking about this last time, and it's even true in the next episode. They're all very cute. She gets jealous whenever it seems like he's doing anything sexual with somebody else. It's cute. She's also not freaking out though when he says, "I got tied up, girls," and she's more concerned about getting cucked than the girls getting groped. So that's interesting. Sylphie's a bad person. And yeah, she only took the glasses off. Jarkey Bacon, take your headphones out.
They are now off.
Alright.
So EliteAri, one of the
give me a
Shut up,
thumbs up
Bacon.
when.
Oh yeah, how do we
You're
tell him when
done.
he's there? I'll scream, Bacon. Can you hear me when I scream?
Go ahead,
No,
Kyle.
no. All right, quickly. One of the things I said, the spoiler was actually a spoiler. It wasn't just a spoiler for the
Oh,
episode.
no.
They were like, "Oh, it's 1 or 2 more episodes until Rudy finds out it's Sylphie or something." Now that could be a lie. Maybe they were just guessing. But that's one of the things I saw. That
Oh,
was
wow.
the biggest spoiler.
Oh no.
The other one is not really a spoiler, and I will say it to Jarkey Bacon, and it's not a big thing.
All right. So now how do we?
All
bring
right,
him
now
back?
we got to figure out how we tell him. So let's message him. Say, "Never
Bacon.
come back."
No, he's
or,
Bacon, please.
"Come back, Bacon. Come back."
I'm back.
Tweet.
Welcome back. All right.
So anyway.
What was the worst or best thing you've ever heard, Ari?
It was just one of Kyle's classic spoilers that he just loves to talk about. You know.
Unbelievable.
No, we don't know.
I love how he just
case.
spoiled. He was out there, was like, guys, watch Mad Men, watch Mad Men. I'm gonna spoil a massive part of Mad Men.
It's
That
just
was like a
it's
great
singular
scene.
episode thing, like 6
Yeah.
seasons in. If you're already into it, that's not going to turn you off, Mad Men. He doesn't
No,
actually kill the bitch.
Anyway,
Okay. So the last
What were we
recap
talking
note
about
here.
before that?
About Fitz and
Okay.
how the glasses and all that. And so basically, Rudy says that if he had seen Fitz's face in that moment, he feels like there would have been no turning back, and that's how the episode ends.
Yeah.
Basically,
so now he's like, so Rudius is now accepting that he is bi.
yeah, he probably is
Maybe,
thinking
but
that.
it's
Yeah.
actually a girl, so Lamau. The
Does that not come up in the light novel at all?
I feel like it's
Like,
comes up as much as
in-
it does in the anime. It's never. I don't think they ever say like,
Probably
"Oh,
only a
I could be
joke.
bisexual." Or something. Yeah, it's kind of like framed in like not a joking way, but like because the audience knows at that point that
being
he's
gay?
Sylvie.
Question mark. Big face.
Yeah.
The
Lol.
you even in the light novel, right? You know it's Sylphie the whole time he's interacting, right?
It's
that
impossible
chapter
for me
comes
to
first.
know because I'd seen the anime and you see Sylphie at the end of season 1, and I'm like, oh, I guess like I know this is Sylphie, so I had no idea
God,
how
EliteAri
someone
is so
would.
annoying. Not even a good fucking guide.
I
through
feel
this
like
series.
I
Doesn't
feel
even
like it
answer
would
the
be
question.
very difficult to know because they never say Sylvie. They introduce him and they use he him pronouns and they say Fitz, and I feel like it'd be pretty difficult to figure out that it's Sylphie until
would be
maybe the university stuff. I
no.
would say because you
I
don't get a
think they
visual,
know
you don't
it's-
see what they look like.
Yeah, because the anime knows it's too stupid that he should like the audience would figure it out in 3 seconds by looking at him, which is also Lamau. Rudius doesn't figure it out. Bad show. So they kind of had to do that and
Hang
do the
on.
placement thingy where they had the thingy at the beginning.
Interesting.
Um,
So then a question I have is that how did the light novel describe Sophie falling from the sky? Was it like
That might just come later.
I don't. No. That's it. It's like dispersed throughout volumes like 4 and 7, 4 and something. I don't know. It's like introduced really early.
Does she just not get the name or whatever?
Yeah,
Fitz or
I don't
something?
think. I think you just say it's like, oh, young boys. Like, I don't know. I don't remember. But you don't. There's no like direct reference to Sylphie until you get an actual like Sylphie point of view. I think, which is in this university arc. I don't know. Basically, I don't remember because I already knew it was Sylphie. I don't keep track of this stuff.
Because that could make it more interesting. Because right now I'm
someone
thinking,
in the
why
comments
fuck
let
doesn't
us
she
know.
tell him?
They'll definitely know.
Yeah, some loser commenters already told us about it. Don't worry, they didn't need a prompt.
Yeah.
Now, why isn't she telling him in the anime? Any ideas?
Yeah, what do you think,
Is
Bacon?
it supposed to be something we understand?
Well, she hasn't said it, so...
I think it's because...
She's nervous. Okay, I've figured it out. I'm satisfied with that.
She's nervous, but also she's got, like, maybe there's something to do with Ariel as well. Like she wasn't telling an untruth, but not like the full truth when she was saying, oh, like, Ariel wouldn't want me to take off the mask or whatever. There's probably that as well. And then... yeah, they're definitely being nervous and being like, oh, I don't know, like, what will he think? I don't really want to know. I'm too nervous to know what he would think. You know, he's done all this stuff, and what have I done? I don't know if I've done any, you know,
Will he like me, Uwu? That's all we gotta know. It's cute. Oh, I have one other note for this episode, but it's a backtrack thing. So are we still talking about this?
No, I mean, I've just got 3 notes, which is one. I said the controversy episode, which we talked about. I said Rudy's stone cannon gets brought up again, and all these notes. The last one is like, oh, the assault comes off because like a comedy thing, which I wasn't expecting. But yep, go ahead, Kyle.
Yeah, the cat girls in the anime are even more innocent because the fucking gross Roxy doll deserves to be destroyed. So we're not even mad at him for that. So that's just the last.
Oh, what do you mean? That was an amazing Roxy doll. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but he was fucking it, and we all know he was fucking it, and that's weird. So they destroyed it. I guess you're allowed to fuck statues. Maybe these cat girls.
Well, maybe not if they're of people, you know, that'd be a bit weird.
So are you allowed to jerk off to people's Instagrams, but you're just not allowed to print it off and jerk off to it?
That's a good question. I don't know. I feel like
I'm just destroying these fucking idiots.
Yeah, we'd have to think through this. So we'll do a whole episode on it.
Now, EliteAri, you should bloviate for that for 2 minutes while I piss. Go ahead, Jarkey Bacon.
Okay, this is the part of the show where I just list off random things I like and Kyle want to hear.
All right.
There was a gemstone pillar in Sophie's room, in Fitz's room. I thought that was cool. I don't know why that was, but that looked cool. OP is still a banger. It is like I'm a mature show. OP, we're serious, which Mushoku Tensei is.
Absolutely.
What was it? The fountain turning off again when they're about to fight. That was lol. Another good fountain joke.
Yeah, I did go back and look at the fountain thing because I didn't pick it up when we watched it, and I rewatched and like that's the one Bacon talks about. It's great.
Yeah, and then the nun hui or whatever they kept on calling Fitz something, and I was like, that sounds like Mudblood from Harry Potter.
Jesus,
like
I don't
racist.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Wait, is this personal? Like with the dog rabbit girl?
Yeah.
There's okay.
Like when Fitz is there initially, and then like she almost gets mad.
So there's
and then like reduces him.
There's something. Okay, I don't understand this well enough, and people are gonna hate me because I don't understand it. But I'm fairly sure that in the light novel, Persona swears like after she says fuck basically. Like that's like a vocal tick or something, and she says it all the time. Like after every piece of dialogue or something in the light novel. But she doesn't do that in the anime, and I think it's because of censorship. So I think the like nunny or like not nunny as in like what, but like noonie or whatever. I think that's like a placeholder for it or something. But I guess someone can explain that. But I got no idea.
They did say that in the episode.
Yeah, cool. It's instead of swearing or something. I don't know. Someone will explain it. We'll see.
And then sometimes they say new, like N-E-W instead of something.
Yeah, you know, cat
and I figured it out in context, but I forgot it.
But then,
not meow.
It seemed like a personal. It seemed like a personal attack to Fitz, like that by the reaction of them.
Maybe I don't know. I might have missed it
because of that fight that they cut that EliteAri was telling us about. Obviously,
it very well could be.
and then Fitz and Rudius, pretty adorable. As Kyle says, the grooming's worked. So yes, that's interesting.
Well, it is okay. The grooming thing is interesting.
If Rudius just turned into his like human form and he was like a 50-year-old man that was like overweight, Like,
Now
what would
EliteAri's just
happen?
been destroyed with the visual evidence. The just because I know what EliteAri's going to say, so before he says it, to add that. No, never mind, I forgot. Oh, I think this is getting fixed in the next episode, but we'll talk about that in a second. Go ahead.
I don't know what you just said. I was going to say the grooming thing is interesting because I brought it up with Kyle, which is that clearly,
we talk about grooming all the
Sylphie,
time.
from Sylphie's perspective, she was not. It's hard to explain, but she was groomed, right? But not really from her. She's not consciously aware of it. But from Rudy's perspective,
she wasn't groomed, right?
That's the thing. From Rudy's perspective, he didn't groom her because he didn't intentionally do it. Because he thought of it, but he never got the chance to because he was taken away to Eris.
Yeah.
But the effect of being groomed is still there because it's like she clearly loves Rudius because of how much power, not power, but like how powerful he was and how he saved her from like the bullying, and that's why why she likes him so much.
Oh my god!
But
fucking every anime girl is in love with the boy because they saved him from bullying one time. That's very problematic.
Yeah, I would say it's
Also,
not as straightforward as grooming. It's like a bit of an interesting kind of gray area. I don't know. Like we'll see how it ends up going. We'll see.
I think it is better than the Eris situation, just because he was around her since she was 8, and because there's like some separation here where it's like, oh, she is older. And it's like
it's like they're reintroducing into the life.
Yeah,
and he doesn't know that it's her, and it's like he's treating her like he would anyone else, and it's like, interesting. Like it's an interesting dynamic.
Yeah, no, that is true, and it's like they haven't seen each other for like 10 plus years, right?
They're
majority of her life she has not been around or in any sort of contact with Rudius. So
there is also the looming he is going to fuck somebody here or something related to that because the man god told us his dick would work again. But again, we're solving this problem in a different way in the next episode, but we'll get into that.
But the man god could be lying because
he could.
Because to me it was like
he's a shady young man.
Well, it was like to me, like, okay, to me when he was talking, it was very like, to me it felt like, oh, if you go here, you'll get this thing that you want changed. Yes, you have to go to this very specific place, which sounds like I'm trying to get you to do some research for me, basically, and then maybe it'll work. You know, I'm just gonna YOLO it, and hopefully it works out for you, bro. That's what it felt like to me.
Because there are layer gods. There are layers to the man god shit where it's like initially Rudius doesn't like him and he's like wacky, which therefore you obviously assume the subversion is that, oh, he's actually helpful, and it seems like he has been helpful so far. But if I've seen an anime before, I'm pretty sure we're getting double misdirect, and at some point he is going to do something bad, and the actual question will be whether or not he switches back good at the ultimate climax of everything. Now, this Orsted dude doesn't like him. Now, is this because of some misunderstanding? But this Orsted dude is also very cool, which means he's going to be a good guy before the end of the series. So are we going to flip with him against the man god eventually? You just got to figure these things out.
Kyle, you've got Mushoku Tensei planned out.
Yeah, but, it's fucking generic nonsense. I know everything about it.
Okay, but this is the next episode. I was wondering, how is the man god's name actually the man god? And maybe Ornstein only knows like the man god's name as the man god.
Wait,
but the
did
man
he have a cool other name, EliteAri?
Wait, what was your question, Kyle?
Did Orsted one time say his other name, or is that a different thing?
Or the
whose other name? Oh, the man
god's other name.
No, he's just said.
Did he just say man god?
Has he even said the man god? Oh no, he said like, does the name man god mean anything to you? Yeah, no, he just said Hitogami is what they say in Japanese. Yeah.
God, we're cutting ahead, but the fact that the mini gag that Rudius knew to like preface before he said the name to the demon god dude was really cool. But yeah.
All right, should we get into episode 8?
Do the recap so we can talk about this. This fantastic.
Yes. Episode 8 is split into two kind of stories. All right, so first we follow Cliff throughout his day. So he starts off, he's in the homeroom and he's getting pissed off by Linnea and Rudius, who are being loud and annoying. And he tells them to shut up and all that. And then Zainoba and Julia, they're in homeroom now, and he's teaching her lessons in the homeroom, which is funny.
God, I just figured it out, EliteAri. Oh, actually, I didn't.
Wait, figured what out?
Because we got great boobs over here with Rudius, and I'm like, oh, maybe you'll fuck this girl. I want to see that. They have a fun little dynamic. But even that is slandered in problematic coupling scenarios where he kidnapped her and she's no, I can't have any fun here, EliteAri. That's why this Cliff shit is incredible. Because we can have fun.
Okay.
Actually, Cliff is like 14 and Illilis or whatever.
So you were truly bogged down by the problematic elements, really. Crazy.
Yes, I can't root for it in good conscience, EliteAri, but I'm realizing that she's like 50 or something, and this
No,
kid's
but
like
okay,
30.
but Carl, this is why we should be rooting for Rudius and her getting together, right?
Alana Lies, or whatever the fuck her name is. EliteAri, say
Yeah,
it.
Elena Elias?
I
yeah.
was rooting for it. I wanted them to fuck so bad, but of course it didn't happen because we're lame. And the main character can't fuck the cool girl. But anyway, keep going, EliteAri. I figured it out.
Yeah, so Cliff, he goes outside and he sees an angel standing at her window. That's basically what he sees, all right?
It's so good.
Yep.
Oh, I figured it out, EliteAri. And by figure it out, I mean I have something else to point out.
All right.
When it first happened, I was like, there's no way it's Eris, right? Because
Oh my
she
God.
has the hair thing out the front, which Eris also has. And I was like, oh, is he? Because he's also in love with Eris or whatever, or thinks she's cool. Remember that episode? So I was like, oh, is he imagining Eris there, or is Eris finally getting reintroduced to the story? And then I was like, it's probably Alana Mize. Yeah, and this is gonna be a funny gag. And then he was defending her honor and everything. Oh my God, it's so good. Anyway.
Well, okay, so I didn't think that at all because I saw the thumbnail to the episode. So I was like, oh, well, she's in it, and it's
What's
his
the thumbnail?
fiance. It was the moment when
I'm
she and
Crunchyroll, I
Rudius were talking in the corner together.
Oh yeah, I
think
do
that's it.
remember
So
seeing that.
I was like, oh, okay, well, I know who's the focus of this episode. I think.
And you were
yeah,
right,
I
Bacon.
thought, yeah. Han. Okay, I was gonna say I like the sketchy backgrounds of the castle, like the establishing shots. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, that was
like,
interesting.
It's not like fully rendered. It feels a bit more artistic. Doesn't feel like plastic, anime generic stuff. It was cool. And then we had Cliff asking his boy out for a friend, and I was like, really not being a homie? Question mark, question mark, question mark. But he was actually being a homie, but he needs to be a homie. And then he goes and asks Sylphie and says, "Oh, I'm just asking for a friend," which I like paused and laughed at, and then made my note, and I thought it was oh, that's hilarious. And
Yeah,
then they
'cause it's like the thing,
then he
they weren't
explains that
actually
it's
doing the
Cliff
thing.
straight away, and I was like, oh, okay, they didn't let it linger for as long as I thought it would. The pause made it for longer, but anyway, I thought that was quite
Yeah.
funny. I was like, oh, I'm just asking for a friend for
I
romantic advice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also interesting, and I wonder if this is like why would Rudius go ask Fitz for advice with romance, because Fitz seems like the last person to know anything about romance.
So we can have a funny scene where she goes, "I'm in love with you, uwu," and he doesn't get it. That's why Bacon, idiot.
No, I was wondering if there's a light novel like explanation of like Rudius.
God, I don't know. I mean,
the light novel fixes all the problems.
I mean, I'm certain it probably does. There's a lot of detail in the light novel. Why would Rudy go to Fitz? I guess because he sees him as like an older, like a senpai.
He's
or whatever,
in with
like
all the bitches in their literal house. He's got to know.
Oh, true.
He's got to have some tricks.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, true.
Plug in the holes myself. I don't need to read no shitty.
Yeah, he's good with the ladies, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Hang on, is Mushoku Tensei very problematic here because they have
I think so, Bacon.
They have
the general answer is yes.
They have gendered halls in their, they split boys and girls. Unbelievable.
Yeah, which university would ever do that?
Society, we should be post-gender. It'd be cool.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Right. So Rudy runs into a kid who is being bullied, and he stops it because everyone knows who Quagmire is, and they back away. They're like, "Oh my God, that's Quagmire. We need to go away." And it turns out that the guy that was being bullied was Cliff. And initially, Cliff is like getting defensive and being like a typical, anime character, and is like, oh, I don't need your help or whatever. Then he's like, you know what? Thank you, Rudius. And then he like walks away.
That was a Chad move, but then I was like, Cliff, you're way not cooler than I thought you were. Well, even I never thought you were.
Why didn't you just beat them all up?
I thought he could maybe at least beat some of them up, but I guess he can't do wandless magic or whatever.
Yeah, true. Did they mention it? Oh God, I don't know. I went back and read some stuff. Right, I don't know. At some point, they mentioned how Cliff, he's very good at basically he fought Linear and Persona. And oh yeah, that's it. They had a whole thing in the novel. Basically, God, this episode's terrible. They have a whole like perspective of Cliff, and he's talking about how his time at the university and how Zenoba beat him first in like a fight, and then Linear and Persona, like he was about to summon like an advanced tier spell or something, and they cast like a beginner spell, and because it was faster, and he got destroyed by them, and it was like an embarrassment, and it's like I guess knowledge isn't everything, and he was feeling down, and I don't know, we get like a whole Cliff chapter basically that makes it so great. What was I saying? I don't even know what my point was. The novel's better. Go read the novel. That's basically what I'm saying.
That's why he's weak.
Yeah.
and
Okay.
where
So
it
Yeah,
yeah,
he's weak because
explain.
he
So
loves he loves his like titles. He thinks he's like he's got his advanced in all these different disciplines. He knows all these like really cool spells, but it takes him so long to say them. Sometimes a small spell is but like a easier to cast spell is better than like one of his really crazy advanced ones. He's not necessarily good at combat. Like it's just like he has a big ego, but he hasn't got much to show for it. I don't know. Cliff is
yeah.
interesting.
Okay. So he's like the weeb that wants to like have a special like
Not
move.
necessarily.
Like
He
Rudius is like the one who's just practiced this one simple rock move and got really good at it, and
sure.
it just does everything for him because it's just so easy to like. I mean, he does it voicelessly, of course, but
Yeah, I mean, Rudy is also a Saint tier water mage, and but he's very good as well in other domains. But Cliff is interesting. He was, what do we remember from the OVA? I don't want to spoil anything. He's special. Like
he's like the prince or something.
yeah, he was raised by the Pope, basically. I don't think that's a spoiler. Like he is a very in Millis. He has reason to
Bro, I
think
just
he's
got so
special,
spoiled.
even if he isn't. I don't know. He has an interesting upbringing compared to how he sees himself, and how now he's at the university he's kind of being equalized, and he's not as good as he thought he was. I don't know. Cliff is interesting. I like Cliff.
He's like that Cliff. No, he's like that kid that when you're in secondary school or high school, is really really good at stuff, and then they go to uni and they
Sure.
realize
Yeah.
that everybody here is also the same level of academics as me, and
Yep.
just is naturally gifted at doing academics and stuff, and then they like lose their identity because they kind of just.
Or the better
walked
thing
their way
to,
through
I think,
uni and getting into a high class.
yeah, the better comparison I think would be that he is very good at what he's good at, but a lot of people are good at a lot of things. And just because he's good at one particular area, which is like all of this different magic stuff, it doesn't make him the best person in the world, like the most talented at everything. I think that's probably how I would say.
He's very much a specialist and not a generalist.
Potentially, I guess, in the field of magic compared to other things.
I see.
I don't know. That's how I would frame Cliff at this point. But
What if you're a specialist generalist?
then you'd probably be Rudy or
Gotcha,
something. I don't, I don't know. So Cliff, Cliff talks to Rudy, like he takes him aside and he says he needs his help. He wants Rudy to introduce him to EliteAri. And we get the reveal that Cliff was being bullied, like in that scene before, because he was trying to stop people from spreading the terrible rumors that EliteAri was sleeping around. So what a guy this Cliff is.
What a funny coincidence. What a funny situation.
Yeah, I agree, Kyle.
I still don't know if he fully knows, but that's a part of the game, part of the comedy here. We like it a lot.
So,
Yeah. I mean, I'm maybe jumping the gun, but the funniest thing was when they actually were together and they were like being a cute couple. And I was like, okay, this is the switcheroo that I actually find hilarious.
Yeah, because they build up that scene where it's like, no, she's gonna say no, she's gonna say no. So there's two options: either we're gonna cut to them fucking. I even thought that in my own, like hard cut to them fucking, absolutely, because she's like, I gotta say no. How am I gonna say no? I gotta say no. Cliff, let me tell you no, and then instead we just cut to them being a cute couple, which I kind of liked better. So that was nice.
Yeah, some wholesomeness in this anime.
Yep.
Yes, very wholesome.
All right.
I wonder if he'll have an incel shoot up the school moment when he finds out, or if he won't care.
He does.
He's a super sad.
Well, he has that anime design of isekai protagonist that has not yet been isekai'd.
School shooter is what Bacon's saying.
I mean, if I could pick any of them to be a school shooter, it probably would be Cliff, right? At this point, of the special students, like I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, Rudy.
I guess.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Zanuba, like on paper, you'd be like, yes.
Yeah.
He's too focused. He enjoys his life. He's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Like when you actually see him in action, you're like, there's no way.
Yeah.
No, he wouldn't shoot them. He just accidentally hug them too hard and then kill them.
Yeah, definitely. Like his wife and his brother. My goodness. So
this man killed his wife.
It's crazy.
Now he's got a daughter. That's good. Or our safety practices here in medieval society.
Yep.
I guess this is where we can point our attention to some of these hilarious Crunchyroll comments, because they all have to do with this.
Oh boy.
Homie Dunn fell in love with a medieval OnlyFans creator. Dead emoji. That was a funny one.
That is so
the
funny.
ultimate case of I can fix her. That one's about Sylphie. Cringe. Future watchers are so lucky. That's cringe. Shut the fuck up. Stupid shit about complaining about what EliteAri is gonna complain about. Homie Cliff about to get the shit cucked out of him. Ha ha ha. Trying to white knight a maiden's honor when she is under a death curse of sexual freedom. I actually like that comment. The other ones I hated and thought were cringe. But this one was actually good.
So is it a death curse? Yeah, like what's the ramifications for a curse?
Well,
Should
yeah,
we
I don't
know
know.
yet?
That's not the
Like,
part I liked. I
and
like the
and
curse
then
of sexual freedom. That was funny. But anyway.
yeah, and I said it's anyway. Like this also confused me because I'm like, hang on, like, is her curse real then? Is it not real?
It is
Do we
real.
know if it's real?
I confirmed
Okay,
Yeah,
because
Leader
it was
said it
made.
was real
Yeah, it
last
was
time. He's
made
a fucking
much
loser.
clearer in the light novel. It definitely is real.
Okay, but then how does it work? Like, because like, is she going to die soon if she like keeps on kissing him, or is it like?
Well, what was said in whatever few episodes
She
is
has
her.
hold on, Leader.
Oh, okay,
She
yeah.
has a cancer inside of her, and it feeds off sperm. And if you don't get,
There has to be different people.
yes, you gotta like it. What do you call it when it evolves radically? It takes in the new sperm, and now it's resistant to that sperm. So that sperm doesn't stop it from killing her. So you gotta get new ones to attack it. Pretty simple, Bacon.
I see.
Use your imagination a little bit.
Kyle, can you talk about Mad Men for a bit? I also need the toilet.
Oh my god, EliteAri, let me tell you about Mad Men. This Don Draper, you could call him Alana because he's fucking every girl in this show. Cheating on his wife. These are more spoilers. That is kind of a spoiler for the first episode. Big misdirect.
Thanks,
where
Kyle.
It's like, oh, you think he has a cute girlfriend in the pilot and stuff. Bacon already watched this episode. He could have stuck around. But then the reveal at the end is that he has a family and kids. And he just did a whole monologue about how love isn't real and that he hates the idea of a family. And then it was revealed that he has a family. It's like, oh, that's a very dark protagonist. What is he going to do in the world of advertising? Sell more cigarettes, because that's what he's doing in the first episode. That's another moral quandary. And then this girl is like played up as a little maiden. She's a little girl getting sexually harassed all day at her first day at work. And then at the end of the episode, she has sexual freedom and decides that she's going to participate and become a player in this world of hating women and the 60s. Did I say on the show?
How did this relate to anything?
Well, because Don Draper was fucking like Alana line.
Oh, okay. I'm glad it all came together.
Yes. What? You got something better to kill the time with?
Who's your favorite character at the moment, Kyle? Out of all these new characters.
Eris coming back. She's the only good character. No, I like the titty girl. That's the beast one.
Linear.
Yeah. Shut up. The who else is good? They're all right. They've all always been all right.
Great.
Does any of them ever stand out? Okay.
Welcome back.
Sorry, no more
I am. That came upon me all of a sudden.
All right, let me tell you, Bacon. The curse was as stated in episode 5. Her curse will kill her unless she sleeps with men on the regular. There we go.
I see. Yes, I feel like I should remember that.
It's okay.
So she's not lying, because I guess from Bacon's perspective, because he got so much evidence to back him up that I'm giving him right now. She does say in the episode, like, I'll try my best to resist the curse or whatever. So maybe she could just fuck one dude over and over. What's up with that?
Well, I'm sure we'll get more clarification of this. I don't want to.
No, she says in the anime that she can't though.
Well,
and she's going to try, right?
I'll let you guys speculate. We'll get more about this. I don't need to.
She's going to cheat on him, shooting up the school. Uh-oh.
Right,
what if he cheats on her first? That'd be crazy. What a bait and switch. Anyway, you were doing your recap. We skipped ahead of you.
Yeah, so Rudy goes to Sylphie for romantic advice for Cliff. And Fitz, or Sylphie here, says that she also has a crush on someone, and Rudy thinks it's probably Ariel, which is pretty funny. And then Rudy takes Cliff to EliteAri, and she freaks out. She runs to Rudy and grabs him because she thinks that Rudy is like sneakily pimping out his classmates to EliteAri. Then
initially I thought she had done the opposite and grabbed Cliff and was already fucking him, and I thought that was a funny gag, but no, it was Rudy instead.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, so EliteAri thinks that Cliff is a problem because he's too serious about her, and she knows that he can't be with him because of her curse. She has to sleep with all these men.
I'm watching it. There was the cute moment where Cliff is like, "Naturally, I'm fully prepared for rejection." What a great mindset to go into.
What a guy. We love Cliff.
What a guy. Cliff is.
Sometimes you think that, but you're not actually ready. Crazy.
Yep. Luckily, he didn't have to deal with it, so it all worked out for him.
What a prick.
Yep. So now Rudius goes to homeroom the next day and sees EliteAri sitting on Cliff's lap, and they've gotten together because Cliff's proposal was so manly that it made her heart skip a beat.
Yes.
Which is great. And she says she's going to try and control herself for Cliff's sake, and Cliff swears that he's going to lift her curse, which is pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, that
so he
was
knows
cute
about the
too.
curse. Oh, I didn't catch
Yeah,
that.
so yeah, he knows about it. Which is just
Okay,
really
Cliff
cute.
is a Chad.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, okay. If he got rejected, he was not shooting up that school. That's for sure.
Yeah, he would have tried to better himself. He'd try and become like a saint tier in all the classes or something. I don't know.
Yes, the Saint Tier might grind set. Am I right, fellas?
Yeah. He'd get past that beginner
Oh,
barrier.
and they
magic
literally
law.
kissed. I forgot about that.
Yeah, they
I'm
kiss.
watching it,
They're sitting on the bench, and,
Yeah,
and
I'm
I don't know
making
if this was like a joke, and I don't know, but Zainoba's like, oh yeah, capture that pose or something to Julie, and I'm like, is he talking about them kissing? Are they gonna make like a figurine out of that? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, or are they having a different conversation over in the
Yeah.
corner? Yeah. But then Rudius is like, wish I had somebody to kiss Uwu. And little does he know, someone's a coming. Teehee, I'm teasing. Teehee.
Okay. Yeah, so we get, I guess the other scene after that was really interesting. We get like a compilation, basically, like a montage, and we get a bunch of couples. Like we get them,
fucking.
like they're walking through the market. We get these girls at a fair, like dancing. Yeah, we get the two cats, which was great. I'll say it now. We get one later, which is these two dragonflies having sex, which is the greatest thing.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I loved when Vinland Saga did it. I love it when they do it.
This is a Vinland Saga season 2 moment.
Absolutely.
They're getting on it. Yeah. Sorry, I just had to. Carl said, "Man, I had to bring up Vinland Saga."
It was so great. What a great moment. Maybe it redeems this episode, right?
Yeah.
So okay, I guess that's the first part of this episode. But the next one, so it's now fall or autumn, for all the civilized people. And the beast folk are in heat. So the way their culture works is that they go around challenging others to duels, and whoever wins leads the family. So it's basically a marriage proposal is the duel. But you have to win to kind of defend your non-marriage. Yeah.
So let's say girl likes guy. Imagine that. Never happens. And then they have to fight. Does she just fake lose? What if she wins, but she still wants to marry the loser?
I think it's the person challenging has to win. Right?
Oh, I see. So girl could challenge.
I think. Yeah.
But that's never going to happen. These girls don't ask you on a date, EliteAri.
Yeah, true. It never happens. I mean, in our society.
Oh, initially when Rudy gets the notes, I'm like, do they want Rudy to go fuck them in their room? Everything's about fucking with me, huh? But that's what I thought. They were like, oh, the rest is up to you, uwu, ... Like, that's an ominous text. You could get it from a woman. But no,
I did
that
not
wasn't
think
the
that
case.
for a second.
Everything's about fucking. But anyway, are we going to talk about Rudy's love interest that's introduced here?
All right, so we're getting there. We're almost there. So it turns out Linear and Persona told everyone that Rudy represents them in their duels. And we get this... Oh, yeah, we already said that. Okay, now we get this scene where someone with a very manly voice challenges Rudius to a duel, and he turns around and sees a girl with blue hair, and he thinks it's her, and he's like, what the hell?
A very conspicuous character design, EliteAri. Initially, I was like, oh my god, if she has a masculine voice, that'd be funny. Now, don't worry, this is the spoiler that I'm telling Jarkey Bacon.
Spoiler?
The Crunchyroll comments already named this girl, I'm pretty sure, so I know she's reoccurring, but EliteAri's either trying to play 4D chess, and he's like, they did name this girl? She's not important at all. Or she's really important, EliteAri's doing it. This is the one Rudy's fucking. I figured it out, Jarkey Bacon. You see the misdirect here, and then she's going to be important next episode when she shows up. Her name is Nina, apparently, or something. Maybe this is a different character.
She has main character design. The only problem is that she's got darker blue hair, but I was like, hang on. Why are we doing another blue hair girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, did you guys think it was Roxy for a second?
Feelings.
No.
Damn, interesting.
Fuck, obviously.
I thought it was like the Pokemon water gym leader. That's actually what I thought. It looked like a Pokemon design, like that hair. I was like, they're about to whip out like a Lapras or
Blastoise.
Gyarados. No, not Blastoise.
Why would a gym leader have a
They
starter
definitely use
Pokemon?
a Starmie or something like that.
No, Misty didn't have blue hair, idiot.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
He doesn't know anything about Pokemon. Where's this fucking spoiler comment I read?
All right.
Never mind.
Let's keep going.
Love how Nina stands out like a sore thumb, yet gets zero attention. That's this blue-haired bitch Bacon. Unless it's somebody else, which could be interesting. That'd be funny. That'd be funny to address next time. But she's going to be the star next episode, and they're going to kiss and stuff. And he's going to go, Roxy, and she's going to be like, why do you say that? And then it's going to be funny. That's how he'll ruin this one. Like with the Sarah one, he ruined it by shit-talking her boobs in public.
Do you agree with this, Bacon?
I mean, I'm getting convinced. You better stop this heretic from talking.
I'm glad.
Harry.
Okay, next up then. I guess, after this.
It's pretty cute. I want to see them fucking. They didn't even interact. They just looked at each other one time. Everything's about fucking with me, EliteAri.
Kyle,
Never doubt
what
it.
if she's 9 years old, Kyle?
Well, we're used to that.
Okay. So Rudy hides in the library. And outside is a giant line of people.
You're missing the gag where he grabs his ass and goes, "No, I don't want to fuck this beastman." That was pretty funny, huh?
Yep, true. He's always checking, you know.
Oh, you just didn't want to mention it.
You know what? I'm sorry, Kyle. I should have mentioned it.
I think you're bad at recaps. I think Jarkey Bacon should do them from now on because
Hey, if you want to, go ahead. My God.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, Rudy goes to the library, and there's a giant line of people waiting outside because they want to fight for Linear and Persona, which is a great gag. So
I mean, one of them, the booby one, the other one sucks, right? So that's all for a person.
Hey, they're both the princesses of that Doldia village, right?
Ain't nobody want to fuck a dog out here. We're all into cats. You've seen the maid cafes. I guess those are maid cat cafes.
Yeah, I've seen Steins
Oh, there's
Gate.
another shot of the girl looking at Rudius from the thingy. Yeah, me too. I saw Steins Gate.
Yep.
She's fucking.
So in the library, Sylphie says that Sylphie says
he's
that
gonna walk in on them, and there's gonna be a scene, and that's how she's gonna reveal herself to him, and she's gonna be crying, and that's the one Rudy's gonna mess up like Sarah, not the blue-haired girl. I just know all these plot lines. Bacon, you writing this down?
Yes. Hang on. Yeah, I got it.
Green-haired girl walks in on blue-haired girl 2. Blue-haired girls 2.
and she's so surprised that her hair turns green again. That'd be crazy, wouldn't it?
No, she cries and runs off, and Rudy's like, "Mr. Fitz, wait!" And then she'll be like, "You idiot!" It's like that Harry Potter scene where Hermione like sends the thingies at Ron, but Ron was drugged, so Hermione was a little mean for doing that. That was a little problematic. Kind of like this.
I can't remember that.
Half-Blood Prince, the greatest movie of all time. You should watch it again. They're kissing for like the whole like half an hour of the movie. Best movie.
Okay. So
Okay.
Sylphie, yep, they're in the library, and Sylphie's like, "Oh, there's a bunch of beastmen out there, but there's one girl out there." And Rudy's like, "Really? There's a girl out there?"
The girl was going to be the blue-haired girl, but they never addressed the girl, unless they did.
No, I don't know. You know what? Maybe I'm not going to confirm either way, Kyle. Right? Maybe.
I know the blue-haired girl's gay, Bacon, and EliteAri's laughing at us right now. She wants to fuck the big titty girl too. So much happening.
Crazy.
So many predictions.
But you know what happens?
And written 3 more.
Sylphie gets pissed and she leaves. She's like, "He's interested in another girl. I don't like this," and she gets out of there.
Oh yeah, it's the setup for later for the scene I just wrote. Uncross that one out.
Goodness. And then, Rudy chases Sylphie. Yeah, go ahead.
So Rudius says he likes a girl.
No, he says, "Is she cute?" Question mark. And then he never actually saw her.
Oh, okay. Yes, that was it. I can't believe I'm forgetting this stuff from. I watched this yesterday. But yeah, so he is trying to be a homie to Fitz, but Sophie ain't having that.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Not even a homie, just a bro.
Yeah, just like talking like you do with your bros, you know.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Yeah.
Is she cute? I actually don't think I've ever asked any of my mates that question ever, because I have one mate that always does that, and it's like so. I've like.
It is always the worst one of your friends, isn't it? God damn. You'd think I was that one, but I'm not.
Wow.
That's just
okay.
Okay.
Well, now this one of my friends, he doesn't. He's been in a steady relationship for longer than any of us. So.
Oh, it is always that one too, Jack. You're talking so much sense right now.
Jesus.
And anyway, so like, okay. Anyway, he was also one. So he's like my best mate. But then like this was way back ages ago. But we had like a class where we had to bring in stuff that mattered to us. So this was
brought in
grade
this girl's
9.
panties that he knew when he was 4. Yeah. Crazy, brother. He had a religion about it.
Yeah. So I brought in a picture of my
girl.
of my family. And so then he sees my sister, and it's like, your sister's fit. And I'm just like, unbelievable. I was like, okay. And so ever since then, I've like never taken anybody that seriously. It's like, what does she look like? I'm just like, I'm not showing you.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was once
I've definitely made that joke. No, I made that joke to Minty, not to EliteAri. Never mind. Maybe I am that friend.
Yeah, but only when you're anonymous, Kyle. Not in real life.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, I have done the "is she cute" thing or "she is cute" thing, but it was only to female friends. You know, that's the way you got to do it.
I do the eye raise. Like I look at my friend, and we both know what we're
talking
did the about.
Selfie thing, huh? I literally did the Rudius selfie scene before.
Oh, what?
Probably.
The girl I was talking to was in love with me though. Wow. Sad time.
She was?
No, she wasn't.
Oh,
I don't think so.
That's okay, Kyle.
But she was into other girls, and then you were like being a homie and helping out your.
No. Well, it was more the is she cute thing, not the setting them up thing. But
Anyway, so they go
EliteAri's
outside.
sister's probably pretty hot, bro. I don't remember if you have a
Jesus
sister.
Christ. Okay, they go outside and they fight Immortal Demon King Badagadi, fiance of Kishirika. Crazy. What do you think when you saw him?
Bacon, when you saw that, were you like, oh yeah, I remember that girl had a fiance and that's why she wouldn't fuck Rudius for his one wish? Because that's what I was thinking. It's all about fucking with me.
Mm-hmm.
No, but I was like, every single time they mention her, they have to like show a picture of her so you remember who she is. Like I was like,
Yeah,
I
it's
know who
kinda
you're
cute.
talking about. Like, there's only one other character that
No,
looks like
that's
this
a
character in
gag.
the
I
whole
love
entire
it.
Series.
Yeah, she's always doing a pose. It's cute.
But I guess what's
That's it.
interesting is that we meet this guy at the end of Volume 6, I think it was. We had a chapter where EliteAri and Kishirika and Badagadi, they're all there, and that's when EliteAri gets tasked to go find Rudy and stuff, and that's completely not in the anime at all. But I kind of like how it was done this way. I think it was fine.
But they describe
Badagadi about like, oh, the guy with black skin and purple hair or whatever, and yeah.
No, but they show him like where is it, end of episode 4 or whatever.
Sure, yeah,
when
they
we
do.
flash to all the
And
characters.
I was like, dude, there's a cool guy with 4 arms, I think I said.
Yep.
In my notes.
Or like 6
Yeah,
arms.
he was in a Japanese place.
Yeah, end of episode 4. 4-arm demon dude.
Yep.
0 full stop.
He's
0.
got 6
so it's
arms,
like big
though,
eyes. He's got 6 arms. Yeah, I was wrong.
Yeah,
But
disappointing.
then some of them fell off, and then he got small or something. Then they went back on him, and he was big again.
Indeed.
Yeah, he
so
looks like a Demon Slayer character. That's
yeah,
like
he
a
does.
Demon
Actually, that's a
Slayer.
good point. He kind of does. I could imagine him
Well,
being
that's
from
lame.
Demon Slayer. Yeah, I like Badagadi's design. It's pretty cool. And I was just
Well, I
wondering if
didn't
you guys
see
were going to
it said
pick it up
that.
before now, because he has the same color hair as Kishirika, and I was like, oh, I wonder if they'll pick up.
They did do some shots from behind, like later in the episode after they'd revealed it, where I'm like, oh, they do have like similar hair, Lamel.
Yep.
I feel like I knew that straight away once I saw him, but then I didn't think that like in episode 4, if that made sense.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, their energies match. You know, the way they talk. It's great.
Yeah.
But
who's the voice actor for this guy?
I don't know, but I thought it was
The dude
great.
that does Thor, bro.
I thought
I
it was
recognize his
the
name.
perfect Badagadi voice. It's the voice I had in my head when I was reading, so I loved it. Wait, man, actually, don't Google it. Jesus,
Voice.
this is a very bad idea, Bacon.
Voice actor.
Oh boy,
Mushoku.
don't look at the
I can't-
images.
How does Badagadi die? How about you do that one?
How about you don't do that and don't ever Google things about Mushoku Tensei, right? We're very early days here, Bacon, right?
I thought you said we've only got like 4 books left or whatever. There's like 27 books.
Jesus,
I was like,
Bacon. We're on book
Yeah.
9 out of 26.
Okay, hang on. Don't worry, I've got a safe website. I'm looking at behind. the
Oh,
voice
right.
actor of Mushoku Tensei.
I hope it's someone from Vinland Saga. That'd be great.
It literally sounds like every fucking big dude in anime ever.
Yes, but I
Yeah, every like
recognize his voice,
jovial,
like, distinctly.
laughing. Yeah,
If it's
Mushoku
Thor
Tensei.
Kell, you're gonna be pretty embarrassed, Jarkey Bacon.
I could imagine
No,
it.
they're
being
doing
that.
all the dub people.
Unbelievable.
My
Well-
anime list. There we go. Hold on. So another. You guys keep on talking.
So EliteAri, there's like this other episode of Mad Men. It's pretty crazy.
All right, no, we're not
It's
talking
like,
about Mad Men again. So
Good because I didn't have a segue. I couldn't think of an episode.
yeah,
to talk
we
about.
go outside and Badagadi, he's defeated everyone because he was talking about how
Yeah,
like
he-
all these people they
killed-
wanted to
yeah.
fight Rudius, and they said if you want to get in front of me, you need to defeat me. So he just took them all out, which was great.
Oh, they don't even have Badagadi's voice actor listed.
Damn, that's crazy. It's probably in the credits in Japanese or something at the end. But you know what? I'm sure we'll get it eventually. So
Thor Kell dude.
yeah, Badagadi recognizes Rudius because of his demon eye, because Kishirika gave him that eye, which was kind of cool. He's like, oh, you
And
have
they've
the
talked
eye
about him,
foresight.
which is interesting.
Yeah, so
Which,
well,
like,
okay.
EliteAri just spoiled in
It's
some
not
fucking
Thorkel,
chapter
by the
or
way.
something.
It is not Thorkel. I definitely recognize Thorkel. It's
Some other
yes,
loser. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I put it
Askeladd.
in another hand.
That'd be crazy. So he challenges Rudy to a duel, and a very large crowd gathers around them. So while they're waiting for Sylphie to get Rudy's stuff, the two of them talk basically, and they talk about how
It's the
Rudy.
coolest thing of all time, bro.
Yeah, in the light novel it is. In the anime, it's complete shit. So they talk about Rudy having one of the largest mana pools in the world, and he says Kishirika said that Rudy is more marvelous than Laplace. And Rudy finds it hard to believe. He's like, "Oh, how can I be one of the best in the world?" So
Now,
then-
EliteAri, Laplace is the bad guy or the hero?
so
There were
Laplace,
7 heroes.
Yeah, the seven heroes defeated Laplace because it was the human demon war, and he was the basically the demon side of that war.
These guys like Laplace then, because he's demon.
That's racist, Bacon. They
It's
don't seem to like
complicated.
him.
He was alive a while ago. I think it was like 400 years ago. I think was
Germans love.
I don't know about that, Bacon.
I will not end that sentence.
Yeah, so there's mixed feelings on Laplace. I feel like there's at least some respect for him on the Demon Continent. But what the Demon King thinks about him, I don't know.
So basically, the demons like the Confederacy, and they don't want to take down the statues of Laplace.
That's a good analogy. Probably is something like that.
Cool.
But yeah, so
except for Rujd, he would eat up the statue.
Yeah, Rujd absolutely despises.
He's literally anti-fuck? ? Oh my god, this analogy runs deep.
Well, I guess one thing we do know about Laplace is that he had green hair. Now they bring up Rujd's hair, because that was specifically.
I didn't remember that.
Yeah, the man god was like, why does Rujd have the curse of like people fearing the super? And he's like, oh, because Laplace had green hair. And Rudy's like, what? I don't get it. And that was the end of that. Anyway, so yeah, Rudy asks. Yeah, we talked about this before, but he like couches his language and is like, please don't hit me or whatever. And he asks about the man god. And Batagati gets serious for a second, and then he asks, where'd you learn that name? And then he thinks deeply about it, and he just can't remember the name, so he's never heard of it. Then
he's
I wasn't sure. Liar. Is he lying? Is he lying?
Yeah, I couldn't tell.
Oh, okay, maybe. Yeah,
or
sure.
or okay, yeah. Well, Ari just told us what we need to do.
No, maybe he is lying. Who knows? Maybe he is, maybe he's not.
You're an embarrassment to us all.
Wait, what did I say? Did I give something away? I don't know.
Oh, you said, oh yeah, maybe it could be that if you're a fucking retard. That's what you just said.
Whoa.
No, I'm really good at deceiving you guys, alright? I've never... Alright, anyway.
Whoa.
So the...
Yeah, like Nina ain't fucking Rudy. That's what we know she is.
I don't stand with this Carl Entertainment and his vulgar language.
Oh yeah, we don't say the R word around here.
How could you?
How could you?
Yeah, so then Rudy and Batagati, they laugh together very loudly.
We're joking like I've heard Carl actually say that word before. I don't think I have.
Oh,
I've been saying it all the time recently.
But he always says he shouldn't say it, and then he says it because that's just how he rolls.
Well, that's just for when I apologize for it later. I could have the what do you call it? The soft landing.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Plausible deniability. Yeah. So okay, before they even duel, Rudy asks him to spare his life, and he's like, "Oh, funny, you asked me to spare your life before we duel." And then Rudius mentions the dragon god, and Batagati's tone changes, and he proposes they change their duel so that Rudy gets one attack.
All right, EliteAri.
And if it wounds Batagati, he wins, and if it doesn't, then Batagati wins.
Jarkey Bacon. This is why EliteAri's mad. Now I already learned this from Crunchyroll comments. Let me scroll down. Oh, why'd you say it wasn't earlier? You fucking liar.
No, maybe it's not. Go ahead. What's the actual? What are you gonna say?
There was a cut line with Babdi or whatever the fuck his name is about why he wanted to duel that way. Firstly, they only use 4 letters, EliteAri, so it's not Bagati.
Or Batty, whatever. Yeah.
Yes. He asked Rudius if he injured Orsted. When he said yes, Bad D wanted to experience the same attack, Jarkey Bacon. So that's why EliteAri's mad, because they cut this line or something. And because he wanted to have an ego match with the dude that hurt his bro Orsted or something. Man, I can't believe they cut the Rudius asking Sylphie huh?
There's a joke about the staff.
Line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what everyone's freaking out about.
Staff is really big, and Rudius's dick twitches a little bit because he fantasizes about Rudy. What the fuck is this bitch's name?
Fitz.
Saying that he has a big dick. So that's another thing that the Crunchyroll comments are mad about. Jarkey Bacon, your thoughts on both these things?
Well, that seems like some important characterization about the big staff. If Rudy's actually feeling something downstairs.
Yep.
He just has a praise cake, bro.
Well, that seems to be like progression. That's character progression. That's kind of the whole thing.
Yeah, because it's a misdirect to thinking he's fucking Sylphie, but he's actually fucking Nina or whatever her name is. Don't forget.
I guess I want to know from you guys, before I tell you how much I hate this. What did you think about this build-up? Like with the scene of them talking together, you're waiting for the staff. Like, were you on the edge of your seat? Like, what were you thinking? Did you
enjoy
this?
The talk was cool.
Once he mentioned the name, and then he was like, "Oh, please don't kill me." And I was like, "Oh, actually, this could go really bad for Rudius. Like, I have no clue how strong this guy is." And I was like, "This actually, like, I actually felt quite scared." But then, like, it's like, "Oh, then let's just do one hit each. Like, if you can hit me." And then I was like, "Okay, I think I was a bit more." I actually had no clue, like, how strong.
It is a little weird.
And then he just absolutely blows him like backwards, and I was like, "Oh, that was unexpected." And then he like just
Even
gets his arms back on and he's back to normal. And I was like, okay, I still don't know what his power level's like, but he seemed to do something. Yeah, I feel like I did actually feel a strong emotion during this scene of like fear and stuff. So
But there was definitely like Woody hurt him, but there is like something missing in that scene where it's like, I guess it is just the line they're complaining about probably should have been in there, to like why he would change it out of nowhere, and then it's like why is it important if he wounds him, and then like, well, also once the big smoke happens, it's sort of like, are we subverting it where he's actually fine, or is he actually
Yeah,
down,
that's the
or is it
interesting thing.
then
Yeah.
it turns he's just
Like, did you,
know,
when
he's
you
just
guys saw him get knocked back, did you think like, wow, he's dead? Like, well, like, I'm just interested what you thought.
no, because I think Rudy immediately made a joke about, is he dead?
Well,
Okay.
okay, no, he didn't though, and that's the thing. Like, I was like, "Hound, there's no way he's dead," and then he stays down, and then I was like, maybe he is dead. Maybe he just killed them, because like so far, Rudy's been like overwhelmingly OP in every single fight, and then like
Yeah.
Rudy makes a joke, and I'm like, no, and then he was fine. I was like, okay, yeah, like it did fool me a little bit.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
not full at all. This shit was lame and generic. No, it was actually pretty cool, but it was still generic.
Yep. I guess I should say when I read this was one of the most engaging like parts of this volume, I think, where I was like, what's gonna happen? Like all the build up. But we'll talk about it. I have a whole thing here where I'm gonna describe exactly why this is so great in the light novel anyway. So right now, Rudy, with his stuff now for the first time, firing this great stone cannon. He creates the greatest,
How come he
strongest
didn't have it
stone
last
cannon
time?
ever. Because what's his name? Orsted had already knocked him
just
down,
punched
and
out
like,
his
yeah,
hand.
he was like, his lungs were crushed, and like there was nothing. He was basically, he got his hand, and he did the best. He summoned all his mana and did all he could. But yeah, so he went all out, made the craziest stone cannon ever, and destroyed Batagati, which was crazy. And then Rudius freaks out, thinking he killed him, and then Batagati jumps back up, but he's tiny now. And then his arms reattach, and he grows to full size. That was cool. And then
So earlier I was going to make a joke about, haha, copulation between these two is going to be funny, but he just has to take his arms off and he gets small like her size.
Sure.
Because until you said that, I was just thinking, oh, it's like a perspective thing, kind of, where he looks small in the back.
No, he like shrunk.
Yeah, no. His voice gets higher and everything.
Yep.
I didn't notice that, but whatever.
So Batagati, he calls Rudius the winner, and then he punches Rudy with an incredibly terrifying punch and knocks him out. And then,
But like that punch, I was thinking to myself, that punch is not hard at all. Otherwise, you die.
Yeah.
yeah, sure, yeah. To me, it just looks terrifying. Like the size of the fist is scary.
Yeah.
But yeah, so and then the episode ends with the next homeroom, and Batagati is a student now at this school. Crazy.
I couldn't tell if he was a teacher or a student.
A student. He's wearing the school
initially, I was
uniform.
like, there's no way he's. Yeah. So I was like, initially, there's no way he's like a teacher. I was like, maybe he is a teacher. And then I noticed that. I know he's in the school uniform. Yeah.
Okay. Is it time for me to complain here? I don't know. Like, what notes do I actually have that is good?
complain.
Julian homeroom. I thought that was really cool. I didn't remember that. I can't say that. Rudy intervening with the bullies was kind of interesting because that's initially what got him to have his trauma last time when he tried to stand up for someone and then they took it out on him and he got like strung up and that's what led to all his trauma.
The Sylphie thing again.
The Sylphie thing again?
Well, he saved her.
Oh yeah, sure. He saved her from. Yeah, sure. I said this girl looks a lot like Roxy. That was funny. I guess I probably should have said.
Girl.
I probably shouldn't have read that out.
That's a made up note.
Wait.
That's a made up note.
Doesn't
And
matter.
this
An absolute. Let's move on. An absolute. I wrote an absolute disappointment. I'm utterly embarrassed that I said that this season was going to be great. And next episode is called The White Mask. It's interesting.
Who's meaner?
So okay.
Who cares about EliteAri's dumb?
My first complaint is that this was a terribly directed episode. There was nothing interesting in the anything, like not in the art, not in the animation, nothing. Like no interesting angles. There was this ugly like depth of field thing that they only did in episode 1 of season 1 that always looked terrible, and they did it again here. The lighting was ugly, the colors were ugly. I hated this episode entirely. This is the worst episode of Mushoku Tensei from a production perspective. It's not even close.
Okay. So I think, yeah, like if you compare episode 7 when they have like cool little things of like reducing the background or having like pretty detailed animation on simple gestures and stuff. Yeah, I can understand that point. Yeah.
I didn't notice none of this. EliteAri's making it up.
I think it's just if this was any other anime, it is really like I put in my tweet. I said that I compared it to One Punch Man season 2, which is that One Punch Man season 1 is so good and so much interesting direction and animation. You got the top talent there, and it looks so good. And then you go to season 2 and it's fine. It's like pretty good. It's like fun to watch. It looks alright production wise.
No, it doesn't though.
I think it does.
No.
I absolutely think it does.
No. One Punch Man season 2 looks infinitely worse than Mushoku Tensei season 2. It is not even close.
I disagree. I completely disagree.
They have this glossy, like they all look kind of
the 3D CG and the 2D don't blend very well. Like there's a lot of the colors are weird. I agree. Like One Punch Man season 2 has a lot of issues.
No, it's not even close. Sorry.
No, I am not comparing. I am not comparing season 2 of One Punch Man to season 2 of Mushoku Tensei. I'm comparing this episode to season 2 of One Punch Man.
Comparing the drop off.
Yeah, the drop off. Like this episode compared to season 1 is the same as like season 2 of One Punch Man to season 1. Like that drop off is insane.
I still disagree.
Is
it as bad?
One Punch Man is worse.
Can I make my Attack on Titan joke to make fun of EliteAri?
Oh boy.
Or will I be interrupted again?
Go ahead.
Say as bad as the season 4 drop off in Attack on Titan because we're not Wit Studio. Mappa sucks, and I'm flipping off the camera right now, EliteAri, at you.
Mappa is the greatest thing to happen to Attack on Titan. All right, I have never. Actually, I guess in one regard, the animation has gotten like it's less Sakuga or whatever, but the art stands up for it. All right, it pulls Attack on Titan out of the depths of what Wit was giving it, and it's just so beautiful.
You believe he says this all the time, Jarkey Bacon? It's
I love Mappa's Attack on Titan.
Season 1 of Attack on Titan doesn't look good.
Would you look at that?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think Mappa, like, if you're gonna pause, it looks best. You know, freeze frame, Mappa, AOT looks best. But
really,
they also screwed up the Levi scene.
Sure,
unbelievable.
Like, I remember.
Okay, that is such an L. That's unbelievable.
It's a minor.
Also, Ari, this episode was not nearly as bad as. Also, like season 1 of One Punch Man is better animated than season 1 of Mushoku Tensei.
Better animated, potentially better direction and stuff. I don't think so. Not even close. I think the directing wise, Mushoku Tensei is much better.
What is so great about Mushoku Tensei's directing again?
Just how interesting it is.
Anything ever.
Like the fact that
I bet you watch Evangelion, you idiot. Watch a real anime.
That is true. The one thing I do remember from Evangelion was that the directing was very good.
Remember Cowboy Bebop? No, that's a directing.
No, I don't know about that. I don't know if the directing is good. Nothing stood out for me for that. But that was like my third anime I ever watched.
Okay, I didn't watch lots of these shows when I actually thought about directing as a thing.
Sure.
So it's hard for me to say, but yeah.
Mob Psycho is very good directing.
I will
whatever
not.
Whatever EliteAri likes is bad. Whatever I like is good.
Season 2 One Punch Man apologetics.
I think you need to rewatch it. All right, I've been watching these reactions to this, and it's not too bad. All right, watch the finale or the last 2 episodes of One Punch Man season 2. I think it's pretty good. All right, in terms of.
Oh, I love it when they go black, like the screen goes black, and then they show like the water animation. They don't actually show his arms moving. That's my favorite part of One Punch Man season 2.
You know what? I don't know what you're talking about, but I kind of know what you mean. It is. It's yeah.
I remember when episode 4 came out and everybody was like, "Oh, the Tank Master." That like,
oh Jesus! Hey, that looks really good.
So, exactly. They're like, "Oh, it actually looks good. They put an effort here." Oh, and this just the sound effect mixing was absolutely atrocious.
That I agree with. Yes, absolutely.
I was like, "Oh my word!"
They use the same whipping sound for every goddamn attack. Yeah, it was terrible. Anyway, this isn't One Punch Man, all right? We're talking about Mushoku Tensei, Bacon, all right?
Yeah, we're talking. Oh my word!
All right.
I don't know why I got angry at that, but I have stakes. If you look at my mouth, I think it's probably my lowest rated thing.
So, right. Well, I'm glad you're defending Mushoku Tensei here from the bully who is me, who's the light novel guy who's hating on it.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Okay, don't worry. I got you, Mushoku Tensei fans.
Yeah. I guess interestingly, when I look at the like subreddit and stuff, it seems it's mixed. Like some people do really like it. No, some people do really seem to like it, and some people are kind of mid on it. I think I don't think I've seen anyone hate it as much as I have. Everyone seems to be. You've got
so many likes on your tweet though. You got 4 likes.
Yeah, but I got 2 replies, and they're both saying that rewatch it. It's not that bad, and I'm like, oh, okay, I guess. And I did rewatch it, and it was just as bad. So there we go to them. But I guess I only watched it a few hours later. Anyway, this scene in the light novel is made by the build-up. All right, it is. You get an incredible scale. Like it's basically it's not told from Rudy's perspective. I mean, it is when you get to the actual fight, but the build-up is that you get like this information about how all the rulers of all of these nations are freaking out because a demon king has ventured from the demon continent and he's somehow crossed all of their countries without them finding out. And it's like
I was going to say this.
Yeah,
I
it's
was
like framed
like,
from a
why is
political
no one
angle.
reacting? We don't see anybody from the school's reaction to
That is all
like a
cut out.
Demon King. I
Yeah,
There
was
was
like,
another Crunchyroll comment about that, about how everybody actually freaked out after Rudy beat him because somebody beat a Demon King or something. And
I don't know. Kind of, I guess. That's not the big thing. I think it's all the build up where you get that information. This is like framed from like a neutral perspective where they're giving like they're talking about how like all the nations are freaking out, whatever. Then they get like you get information about how all the 3 northern kingdoms have called all their knights to this school to try and catch him, and they've recruited the adventurers guild, and they're getting emergency assistance from all they can, and they're rounding them all up and they're sending them to the school so they can capture this guy.
I
And they're
did have a
talking.
question where I was like, are we
Yeah.
just hanging out with the Demon King? Is he just like a cool dude that's allowed at the school with all of his
No,
crew? Because we saw them all at episode 4 when they were all hanging out at that the Japanese
he is
looking
a
place,
continental
eating or
threat.
whatever.
Everyone on this entire continent is freaking out, basically, that he's here. And it all builds up to the scene where they're confronting each other, and it's like, what is going to happen here? Like, this is insane. Everyone is freaking out that this guy is here. Rudy has no idea
Yeah,
who
there
this
was
is.
nothing like this.
Yeah, and then they're saying how the entire magic nation, they're sending all their local soldiers and local adventurers before all the nations can send in their full armies to come here. So they're like trying to build a perimeter around the school at this point. They're talking about how like, if worse comes to worse, these people are going to die, but they'll at least slow him down enough so that when the armies arrive, that they can, like, capture him or at least try and do something to kind of keep him from destroying the entire place, because he probably could. Like, basically, the whole scale is missed.
This makes the power scaling thing even worse. If, like, armies can't beat this dude, but Rudius can. I guess Rudius can't. He just knocked him down one time.
Yeah, and he came
Okay,
back, and he wasn't trying to hit him back at all. He was just standing there trying to take an attack. But yeah, and then there's even more setup where they talk about the ancient kings of the demon world and how they used to be kind of really savage and stuff, but the more recent ones who survived since the Laplace War, they're like they're more peaceful and they're not too crazy, but they have like they're literally indestructible, which is like what's so scary about them because you can't kill them. You hear about the you even get some backstory on Batagati where it's like historians, they believe that he fought against Laplace himself at some point. And obviously there's a bit of like unreliable narrator in the light novel, so you don't really know if that's true or not. But you hear it, and it's like, whoa, this could be a pretty crazy guy. And then before Rudy even gets to the fight, you get all the officials of the school, they run to Rudy and they tell him how he needs to buy time. And he, like, well, until all the forces arrive, you need to buy time against the Batagati. They don't tell him it's Batagati, but they're like, you need to buy time, basically. And even when Fitz is like bringing the stuff, it's not like Fitz goes and brings the stuff. It's like Fitz goes and gets the stuff, and when he comes back, people try and stop him. And the staff is like the staff at the school are like telling him, "We need to delay this fight. We can't give this to Rudy." And obviously Fitz is freaking out because it's like Rudy could die right now. And then I think Zainoba steps in and like picks up the people and lets Fitz get past. I don't know, it was really cool build up basically. And then Rudy uses his Eye of Foresight, because he's like, okay, I really need to be prepared for this guy. And when he uses it, he sees nothing. Like, Batagati is not there at all, and he's completely invisible. And it's like, what is going on? And then we obviously get the thing Kyle brought up, which is about how Batagati knows Orsted by name. And he says, you fought him and lived? And he's like, what happened? And it's like, clearly Orsted is known by this guy. And then again, the conversation gets very serious. What else do I have in my notes? He basically points out about like what Kyle said about how if he was able to wound the dragon god, then he wants to see this power for himself. And he says he wants to request Rudy to use the same spell that hurt the dragon god. And if it pierces his battle aura and does him any damage, then Rudy will win. And it's like the whole framing of the situation is so much more grand and interesting and engaging in the light novel, whereas in the anime, it's not at all. In my opinion, at least when I was watching.
It was very flippant in the anime.
It comes out of nowhere, happens quickly.
He's hanging out.
Exactly, yeah. So then, yeah, after he destroys the upper body, I guess it's just because you're seeing Rudy's internal monologue, which is, I don't blame the anime because you can't adapt it, but Rudy is truly panicking, and he thinks he's just killed some guy when he didn't intend to kill him, and he's like confused as to how he didn't. He's like, I didn't know I was that powerful and all that. And then there's this whole thing afterwards about how Batagati says that Rudius can call him a hero now because he's like defeated a demon king. And
that was kind of funny and like stupid.
yeah, it is. And then in the aftermath, this isn't that important because you know they cut stuff like this. But in the aftermath, Rudy meets the principal of the school for the first time, and you find out he's like a king tier windmate magician. And he's like astonished that Rudy defeated him, and he's like, "Oh, this got my blood pumping for the first time in ages." And it's just this scene is just so much more grand in the light novel, and they completely messed it up in the anime is what I would say. And I can't believe how they messed it up. Like I can't imagine reading this in the light novel and being like, this is the element that I find interesting in this when I'm going to adapt it. I think it's a failure on the director of the season, whoever directed this season. I think it's a failure on the storyboarding for this like particular scene and the directing. And I can't believe it got adapted this poorly is what I would say. But anyway.
This is what's happening, EliteAri. Next episode, we're starting with a big ominous monologue about how all of this has happened, and you just.
Oh, I would love it, Kyle. My God, that'd be the greatest thing ever.
Wouldn't make the scene any better, I guess. In retrospect, I like that.
Yeah, it would.
What do you call that? What do I always say? Recontextualization. Is that the thing I like in those videos I make?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah. You know what?
Yeah,
I think that's actually, now that you say it, it is possible. But you know what? They haven't gone back and done any of the point of view chapters so far, so I don't think they will.
Definitely happen next time. So
yeah, I think that's possible.
The rest of it, maybe not.
So what I've like, was this on your hopes and fears for Mushoku Tensei video or whatever?
I think in that I did mention it, but I think I just said I can't wait to see how they adapt it because I was like they're gonna nail this school stuff, and I was like, oh, I can't wait.
Because it seems like it's supposed to be like an Orsted moment, but
it is. It's one of the like standout moments. You ask anyone about the light novel, they'll be like, yeah, this was a. I remember reading this scene. It was like, wow.
Because it's meeting a really strong dude.
Even if they left out all the interesting build up that I said, if it was well directed and really interesting. And well animated or something, I think I would have given it a pass. But it was none of that. It wasn't interesting in the storytelling. It wasn't interesting in the production. It wasn't interesting in the direction. I just thought it was completely bland. And I'm glad you guys liked it. Because, you know, anime only, I'm glad. But I did not.
Well, now it seems pretty lame. Thanks for ruining it, EliteAri.
It's so true.
No, you know what? There'll be people in the comments. They'll be talking about how great it is, and I'm wrong. And maybe that'll.
Yeah, I was like, man, that sounds hype. I'm just like,
it is. All right.
It's just like. I thought this is just goofy big guy now.
This will be my one rant, right? Don't worry.
In his stupid uniform, which is actually kind of funny and cute, but I'm just like,
I did like that.
How do they let him become a student then?
It is interesting because I guess what they mentioned in the light novel is that after the fight, Rudius, like when he's losing unconsciousness or whatever, he goes and Batagati goes to the principal and Genius, and they like walk off, and that's the last thing Rudy sees. Then later on, I guess you find out that he's a student there, but. It's fast paced, you know, they got to cut some stuff. I don't blame them. Anyway, that's all my notes and all my complaints, but yeah, I'm sorry you guys had to hear that, all right?
But like, yeah, and then, okay, but they had to keep the sexual assault scene in.
Absolutely, all right? I don't know, Bacon, I don't know. When you adapt things, you need to make choices. Sometimes the choices are good, like in Chainsaw Man. Sometimes the choices are bad, like in this episode, right? But,
you just keep saying funny things, doesn't he, Jarkey Bacon?
Yeah.
I mean, Kyle, you know, do you know why I stand on the Chainsaw Man anime?
Yes, I know.
Exactly.
So what? Okay, now general question. I think I asked this to Kyle before and you weren't here, but what characters are you guys liking? What do you like at the moment, Bacon? Out of all these new characters we've met, we got the Cat Girls, we got Zainoba, we got Batagati, we got a bunch of people. Who do you like?
Okay,
aren't they all kind of lame, Bacon? Haven't you seen all of them before, like 50 times?
Yeah, but come on, Batagati's a big boy. I like big boys.
And he laughs a lot.
Yeah, they usually get on my nerves a little bit. This one was alright. He was cool because he was strong and he knew something about the man god and Orsted.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I'm on the Clef Elias train.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on that.
That was funny.
Do you have like a ship name for them?
Clevan Eyes.
Wow.
Like Cliff Eyes.
That's
perfect.
It's like a line of lies, but then he's got an L in his name. That's how you do. You have to pair the two L's together.
A line.
I have no idea, guys. Maybe there is some ship name in the fandom. I have no idea. But
anyway, I have a feeling it's not going to last, but I kind of hope it does actually, and that'd be kind of funny. But then if it does last, they're not going to be in they're not going to be in the story for very long. Hang on, what else? I mean, Sophie...
the last time we said we were speculating whether or not it would be 4 episodes and then we were done, but obviously we're sticking around for a little bit longer in this silly school stuff.
I think I said for the rest of the season. I'm pretty sure that's what I said.
Or rest of the cool, you might have said, I think.
Yeah.
Because we've only got like 4 episodes or so left.
Yeah. What else?
Who else? We got Julie, the slave, Ariel, Luke.
Okay, Julie is adorable. She is very funny.
Cool. I like that. I did like when she was cleaning the room and she's like running back and forth behind Say no, but that was funny.
No, that actually reminded me of slave labor, so I didn't like that.
me
I
neither.
liked it when I liked it when it's just her reaction shots. That was
Sure,
funny.
like
That
patting
was
his
funny.
head and hiding behind him when Rudy is angry, and
Yeah,
yeah.
that was very funny.
All right, cool.
Who else? Yeah, I think
Sylphie, Luke.
worst characters, Gorilla Lady.
My God,
Because that
Goliard.
scene is awful.
She was ugly, huh? We don't like ugly.
No,
people.
no. I kind of wish that she was in the. She was like the only ugly female character in the story so far. I was like, sorry, conventionally unattractive.
Yeah, how could you,
Uh,
Bacon? Jesus.
Anyway,
Unconventionally attractive.
Anyway,
Yeah. Wait,
yeah.
no.
I was actually thinking about this the other day.
Yeah.
Are there any who are like the unattractive adult characters in this show? Are there any? This is like a super.
Huh.
Are
Like
there
a
any
very
in any
common anime
show?
thing.
I mean, old women usually, but there's not really old women in this so far. Like
Mm.
Kettle's wife or whatever.
Yeah.
And
I don't
they
know.
even gave her a glow up in the anime. Unbelievable.
True.
They gave everybody a glow up in the anime though. A bit of an issue.
Bunny's still got those ugly lips.
Yeah, true. It's only some. But yeah, like we need more ugly characters. I guess it's because people won't like them because pretty privilege exists.
I don't want no
but-
ugly characters, only pretty ones.
Yeah.
True. All right.
I don't need representation.
So next up, we've got the White Mask. So what do you think is going to happen next time?
Whose mask is white? Nina, who was in the background of something and wasn't the blue-haired girl.
Oh, okay. All right.
No,
because
Nina's
EliteAri
definitely the
laughed
blue-haired
about
girl.
No, yeah, EliteAri spoiled it.
I didn't say anything. I never say anything. All right. Great prediction. All right. Anything
There
else?
was somebody with a white mask, wasn't there? No, I'm thinking about a wrestling thing. Never
You've
mind.
got
I'm getting
Sylphie's
my-
white
I'm
hair.
Yeah, no. I've also been playing Triangle Strategy, which has some with the white mask in it, so that's confusing.
Yeah, it could be Sylphie because she's got white hair and that's her mask to hide herself from.
Oh,
this
Carl,
other
you
idiot.
are genius.
Hmm.
I'm fully in that theory. Yes,
Who cares
Sylvie's
about
gonna get
that? I
revealed.
want to be right about the blue-haired girl, but I'm not.
I mean,
so I'm
white
not
can be
happy by
innocent
my-
sometimes. Maybe it's like a symbolic mask. I don't know.
He's trying to
Yes,
throw us off
she's
the
losing
scent,
her
Ari.
virginity next time.
Carl, he's trying to throw us off the scent.
Hmm.
Don't believe him.
All right.
I'm just down in the dumps.
So any final words you wanna? Any general predictions? Final words? Anything you want to throw out?
Mushoku Tensei bad.
All right, Bacon.
Anime bad.
Light
Read
novel
light
better.
novel.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bacon. And with
No
that,
worries.
we are ending this amazing episode video. Catch you later.